been waiting for. The NBA announces today that Wemby will face no further suspension or fine. He will play in Game 5 against the Timberwolves tomorrow night, 7 o'clock inside the Frost Bank Center. Of course, the Spurs fell in Game 4 to the T-Wolves 114-109 without Wemby for much of that game. He was ejected with that flagrant 2 early in the second quarter. De'Aaron Fox and Harper each had 24 points.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And we are live on this Monday afternoon at NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse, right here on Calabar Road. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy to have you along on what is going to be a very busy and maybe controversial Monday.
Absolutely. We all want to react to the elbow heard around the world. This is the place to do it. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 on Twitter, at Joe Reinagel 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always comment there. Go to YouTube, search out San Antonio Sports Star, or just easily go to sasportsstar.com and click on through, because this series, last night, Wemby cost the San Antonio Spurs a chance of taking a commanding 3-1 lead. Star player lost his cool. You can't do that and get tossed. He should have been tossed. For all of you that have sent messages saying the league screwed him, no. Wemby screwed himself there. He knew exactly what he was doing. He might not have known what the ramifications are for that elbow, but he lost his cool. The Timberwolves got to him, and he lost his cool. You can't do that. First, when I saw it live, I knew he was going to get ejected from the game.
Well, and for all of you that say this was an inadvertent elbow, it's just BS, okay? Look, Wemby knew exactly what he was doing. And again, frustration took over for that young man. That's exactly what happened. He didn't feel like he was getting the calls, and he got frustrated. And he eyed up Naz Reid and popped him in the jaw. Mm-hmm. And he's fortunate that Naz Reid was okay after that. So, you know, it's okay to criticize Wemby. I tell you what, I got to arguments all night long on social media last night because I said he shouldn't have done that. I wish he wouldn't have. He deserved to be ejected. And Spurs fans, God bless you. I mean, I tell you what, you take up for your guys. But, I mean, this is indefensible in my mind.
It is. I mean, the reality is he lost his cool for a split second. And that cost him 3/4 of that basketball game last night and likely cost the Spurs a win. Now, to that point, the Spurs had a chance to win that game without Wemby.
Yep.
They were up 6 points with about 6 and change to go. They had an opportunity to win that game. So you might say, hey, Wemby getting tossed out of the game wasn't a factor in the win or loss. It's not like they got blown out, but his presence certainly could have changed the outcome. So I'm curious because we all love Wemby, but he proved last night he can do wrong. Can he in your mind? Are you mad at Wemby for getting ejected and costing the Spurs Game 4? That is our poll question today. And I know it's early. 66% of you say no. 34% say yes. 35 votes 4 minutes into the show. Again, you can be mad at Wemby. It is okay. I'm mad at Wemby. I get what he's doing. I kind of feel like Mitch Johnson. I'm kind of happy he did it, but I'm kind of pissed that he didn't.
Well, look, I'm not happy that he did. If you want to get physical, foul somebody hard. Do that. Go and knock the crap out of somebody as you're fouling them. You don't swing elbows, and you certainly don't do it on purpose. And the fact that was not an unintentional elbow, and that's what has me a little bit fired up today. And it just I don't understand, and he completely lost it. And look, if you think that's going to stop Minnesota from being physical with Wemby, I would think again. I think it's going to be just the opposite. They know they can get in this young man's head now, and why wouldn't you just go at him, hack him, grab his shirt, his arm, do whatever you want, and try to get in his head again. Best thing would happen to Minnesota is to get him ejected from Game 5.
And they know they can get under his skin. The good news for the San Antonio Spurs is no further discipline coming for Vic. No fine, which does surprise me. No suspension. And I was a little concerned there would be a suspension, but because it was early enough in the game and he has no history, it's not like Ron Artest or one of the Bill Laimbeer, one of those guys. And it might not necessarily be Wemby having to take matters into his own hands. In reality, this is where you bring somebody in off the bench to be the enforcer, the goon squad guy. This is the one time this year I've missed a Jeremy Sohan because that's what that guy would have been good for.
Well, is it a Plumlee or a Bismack Biyombo? Are they
Somebody.
not? They've got 5 fouls each?
Yeah.
My goodness, you could put them in for a couple of minutes and just have them go after a Naz Reid or a Julius Randle or a Rudy Gobert or whatever the case is. And look, Wemby can't do that. I'm glad he's not suspended. I want to see him on the floor. I want to see both teams at full strength. And again, kind of what pisses me off in this whole thing too is all anybody's talking about is the elbow. Did you see the 3 guards last night for San Antonio? In Harper, Castle, and Fox? They put on a clinic last night and almost led the Spurs to an unbelievable win. And nobody's talking about their special performances, and that pisses me off.
Yeah, well, and again, because they lost. Had they won the game, we would be talking about, my goodness, Dylan Harper had a game and the greatest facial expression of an elbow ever caught on tape. Steph Castle was great last night. De'Aaron Fox was great until the fourth quarter. Julian Champagnie was MIA.
Keldon Johnson, MIA.
He's kind of been MIA this entire postseason for the 6th man of the year. But honestly, Champagnie 0 for 5 from a 3-point range last night, 2 of 8 for the game. And the Spurs, I had to double check this. 6 of 26, 23% from 3.
Yeah.
You're not winning games when your percentage, and we talked about it the other day, it is not the number of threes made or taken for that matter, it's the percentage. And 23% doesn't get it done. Yet, as weird as last night was, the Spurs had an opportunity to win the game. They were up midway through the fourth quarter. And a basic 10-point swing, and they're done. And still, even then, a weird play at the end would have given the Spurs an opportunity, except for somehow you can hacky sack a basketball, and it's not considered a kicked ball if you hit it with your calf. How that dude did that, I have no idea. But that should have been a turnover, and the Spurs would have had a chance at the final shot and a 3 to send that thing to overtime. Why is that not a kicked ball? Honestly, because
it happened the other way. I don't know. I don't know.
Honestly, I'm like, kick ball? No, it was just so bizarre. Do you not do that? Should have been a turnover.
Well, look, it should have been a turnover even without the kick. I don't know how the hell he kept that ball in bounds.
It was hacky sack.
It was.
We were all in 5th grade again. They're playing out in the playground.
I'm watching that thing go, what the hell just happened? And they had to show a replay, and then I saw it. And
even then I was like, how?
It was incredible. It was just pure luck.
Sure.
That's all that it was.
Skill.
It was pure luck.
Skill.
And Minnesota was just don't take anything away from Anthony Edwards. I think the guy, if not for Anthony Edwards, the Spurs win this thing.
Dude, 36 points.
What do you have? 16 in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
He was incredible, and that's what superstars do. They pick up their team and they carry them to the finish line. Again, this is not going to be a bang on Wemby day as far as I'm concerned. I've said what I wanted to say, and he's got to learn from this. He's got to have thicker skin. Because let me break it to you, and all you loyal Spurs fans know this. We've been bitching about officials since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not something new. We've been bitching about calls. We've been bitching about this since the beginning of time. And it's not going to change. All right? Minnesota's still going to hack Wemby. Wemby's got to keep his composure. All right? It's just the way that it is. It is playoff basketball. They allow more physicality. And I got the other piece of news I want to break to all of you.
Uh-oh.
I'm looking at film. You know what? The Spurs get away with fouls too. Believe it or not.
They do not. Stop
They
it, Joe
do.
Ryan Eagle.
They do.
Oh, what film are you looking
They
at?
get away with
Come
fouls,
on.
too. It's crazy
No,
how that works.
But it's been brutal. And Wemby has been abused. And again, he's pissed off. He lost his cool. That is what Minnesota was trying to get him to do. You're right. For everybody that wants to say if they would have called the foul initially on Jaden, then the elbow doesn't happen. That's true. He's been getting abused. Welcome to playoff basketball. We all knew this was coming. Some of us picked Spurs in 6, which is still very much in play.
Very much in play.
Very much in play, which means they're going to lose a couple. And quite frankly, they had opportunities in game 1. They had opportunities last night. You just look at all of this, and I don't know. I'm seeing a lot on our YouTube comments. A lot of people unhappy with De'Aaron Fox and his shooting percentage last night. Because we can't be mad at Wemby. You can. I can be mad at Wemby and still love him, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, he lost his cool. As a superstar, you can't do that. You just can't. Understandable. I get it. Am I glad that he did it? I mean,
his coach is. That's the other thing we haven't talked about.
We'll hear from Mitch coming up.
Comments by Mitch Johnson last night.
I loved every minute of it.
Well, I'm glad you did, and I'm glad it didn't hurt Wemby's cause because, quite frankly, I thought it might have at that point in time. But lot to get in today. I tell you what, Northwest Automotive Warehouse is where we are live on this Monday. A big reaction Monday to, boy, what has been a drama-filled series, no doubt about it. We're here on Calabria Road. You're more than welcome to come out here and see us. We're going to tell you about all the great deals that they have going on here for Father's Day. If you're thinking about something for old Papa.
You took care of Mom yesterday. Now you got to think about yourself.
Yeah, the good holiday's coming up
The
now.
good holiday. You said that out loud, did you?
I did. I was thinking it. The good holiday. So we're going to tell you about all their
better
specials.
than a tie.
All their specials that they got going on. And we want to hear from you. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You can go to our YouTube page. If you go to sasportstar.com, you can get there from there, or on Twitter at Jason Minix. I'm at Joe Ryan Eagle 210. And go vote in the poll on our YouTube page. Are you mad at Wemby? Did he cost us the game last night? Yes or no? All of that and a whole lot more coming up live from Northwest Automotive Warehouse. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We have meaningful basketball being played in San Antonio for the first time in years, and you know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to go watch the games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
San Antonio, there's a new place to watch the NBA playoffs. Novo Brewery. Over 80 feet of massive video walls, cold craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. This is not your average sports bar. And the food? We're talking juicy, thick-cut ribeyes, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, carne asada fries, and more. And here's the best part. Novo Brewery has its own private entrance, completely separate from North Star Mall. Pull up, walk in, game on. Late hours, legendary atmosphere. Check out the menu and taps at novobrew.com. That's NOVO brew.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Game 5 in San Antonio tonight. Can the Spurs take back control over the Wolves?
The rest of the NBA does continue. Do we have a sweep? We'll look there. The NFL continues. Oh, and some lottery ramifications as well. Hey, the party's going to be fun. You better get here early. It starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, that is the theme of this playoff series between the Spurs and the Timberwolves. It's getting physical, and at least 2 more games to go, and I don't expect anything different. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We are live at Northwest Automotive Warehouse here on Calabria Road, where they've got some great deals going on. If you've been thinking about something for your dear old dad coming up here on Father's Day, which is coming up in about a month or so.
Yeah, I mean, and again, you know, you're going to get asked, and don't say nothing. Because, you know, you want more than a tie.
Absolutely.
You took care of mom yesterday. Now you get to start thinking about you. We're thinking ahead. We're also thinking ahead to Tuesday night's Game 5, which will start at 7 o'clock tomorrow at the Frost Bank Center. And Wemby will be available. No further punishment coming to Vic after getting tossed yesterday because of that elbow. Series is tied 2-2. Are you mad at Wemby for getting ejected? Likely costing the Spurs Game 4. Right now, that's our poll question on YouTube. 64% say no. You're not mad at Wemby. And I'm guessing you assume that Wemby could do no wrong. He can. I'm mad at Wemby for that. I can still love him and be mad that he lost his cool, that split second, and he gets ejected from the game. You know, and for people last night, or like we were having lunch with Frank and Ashley from NAW today, and she was like, he shouldn't have been. No, it was warranted. It's not. I mean, that's about as clear of a rule as there is in the NBA. I mean, it is. It is obvious. They don't know what traveling is anymore. There's all kinds of rules in the NBA that don't seem, but an elbow to the head gets you ejected every time.
Well, and as it should.
Yes.
I mean, my goodness. And even the good old Mike Tirico knew that there was trouble for the Spurs as soon as that happened. Yeah. Reggie Miller the same way. I mean, look, that kind of stuff you can't let go. It's got to be a flagrant 2. It's got to be an ejection. You just can't do that. And again, hard physical fouls are one thing, but elbowing a guy in the jaw, I mean, that's just a whole different level. And I love it. And I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but you know, on our YouTube page, it's great. Nasreed will think twice now. And you know what? He won't.
He might.
He won't.
He might.
That's the thing. He won't. My prediction is, and they may get called every time. But if I'm Minnesota, I'm doing it. I'm hacking the hell out of Wemby tomorrow night. I am hacking the hell out of him. I'm putting everybody in that hasn't played. I'm hacking, trying to get in his head, see if we can make him do it again.
Now, early in the series, Chris Finch was complaining about Wemby's blocks and saying that 4 or 5 of them should have been goaltending. Right. And we knew he was trying to send a message to the officials. I think Mitch Johnson, in defending his superstar last night, also trying to send a message to the officials.
It's getting to a point that if the people that are in charge of controlling the game and protecting the physicality of the game don't do that, then at some point he's going to have to protect himself. We've been asking him to do that now for a while. So that call, I'm glad Naz Reid was okay and sounded like the call was warranted. But in terms of the game plan of every single team we face since that young man's been in the league, and the physicality that people try to impose on him, and the lack of protection is really disappointing. And at some level, it's starting to get actually disgusting, just in terms of when he tries to fight through things and be professional and mature and deal with some of that stuff. I'm glad he took matters into his own hands. Again, not in terms of hitting Naz Reid, but let me be very clear about that. I'm glad Naz Reid was okay, and I didn't want him to elbow him, but he's going to have to protect himself if they're not. And I think it's disgusting.
See, I'm not sure where to go there, because he says, I'm glad he took matters into his own hands. I didn't want him to elbow Naz Reid. What did you want him to do? That's what I want to know.
I think
what did he want him to do?
To a degree, you've got to defend yourself, and at some point, you snap. At some point, enough is enough. Could he have done it a different way? Yes. Could he have done it in a way that doesn't, anything above the neck and head area, something like that. And elbows are the one thing, especially with the wind up. In a video, you watch it. He looks, all right, you son of a, yep. I mean, but at some point you got to protect yourself. At some point you could say, you can't do that to me. I'm going to man up and I'm going to do this. Wemby grew a pair last night. And I mean, he's been, you watch the dude. I mean, there's video of them grabbing him below the belt, elbowing him below the belt, grabbing both his arms. That one shot where his arm's being held by one and he's blocking the shot with the other. All the scars. Remember, he joked in game 3. Well, they're called wolves for a reason. He's got all these all that. And you know what? When you're bullying somebody and then they fight back, that person doesn't get bullied anymore. Last night, Wemby has been bullied this entire series. He fought back. We'll see how they respond. We'll see how he responds, how his teammates respond. We'll see how the Minnesota players respond. How do the officials respond? But last night, he grew a pair.
I don't think that the Timberwolves are going to just, we're scared of Wemby now. We're not going to mess with him because he elbowed Naz Reid. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I could be wrong. We'll watch the game and find out. In schoolyard, you're right. On the basketball court, I don't think that the same rules apply. Who knows what's going to happen? I wish he wouldn't have done that. Again, Wemby is capable. I get all this, and everybody's like, oh, poor Wemby, the poor guy. They're picking on him. They're bullying him.
Well, they are.
Well, no, dude, he's going to get bullied and fouled his entire career.
He is, and because he's tall and he's skinny,
I mean, it's
perceived weaker than some of the thicker, stronger, the Giannis physical specimens. You feel like you could
Shaq
get him.
Used to get clobbered.
Absolutely.
I mean, they all do.
It comes with the territory. But to Mitch's point, what should be obvious fouls, the refs aren't calling. And I think to a degree, some of that is, whether right or wrong, he hasn't earned it. He doesn't get some of these superstar calls. I know. And look, I'm ready for the next series where if you get close to and you move your arm and the wind touches SGA, he's going to draw the foul, right? Wemby doesn't draw fouls that way, and at his size, he's not going to. But I do think if the referees would have called the whistle immediately on Jaden, the elbow never happens. It never happens. Was he getting mugged there? But also, we know playoff basketball is a lot more physical than regular season basketball. Refs let things go a little bit more, and Wemby still has to learn it. Last night was a learning experience.
Well, I hope it was a learning experience, and I hope he doesn't do that again. It's funny because you're seeing videos all over the place of Meta World Peace and his shot on James Harden.
I still call him Ron.
Yeah, well, and then there's a Charles Barkley with a shot to Dennis Rodman in the back, and I don't know, maybe Wemby should do stuff like that, although he's too tall to hit anybody in the back, I guess. But I think Wemby can handle himself. I honestly do, and I just feel like everybody thinks this kid is such a wimp. And then the poor, big, bad Minnesota Timberwolves are just picking on him, and he can't handle it. He's a grown man. Didn't he just have 30-plus points the other night?
He did, 39.
Okay. I think he can handle himself. What he did last night, will it make a difference? Who knows? But if this man is capable of lighting up the Timberwolves pretty much whenever he wants, whether they're hacking the hell out of him or not, because guess what? In that game 3, they were hacking the hell out of him there too.
You know, maybe he does need to bitch a little bit more. You heard Mitch say, we don't complain. Well, maybe you should.
Maybe he should.
You know, I was reading, I don't know, it might have been Mike Finger's column in the Express News. During one of the timeouts, Wemby was arguing or letting the official know. We didn't see that on television, but those in the arena could. So, but maybe he does need to, you know, every time somebody's dragging on his arm, does he need to flail? I mean,
sure.
We've seen plenty of videos because, you know, you guys on the internet are undefeated with your editing skills of him running and just all of a sudden getting pushed from behind and falling. Is he getting – it's playoff basketball. Welcome to the playoffs. We all talked about coming in. That was one of the concerns coming in is how would the Spurs, how would Vic specifically handle the physical nature of playoff basketball? He lost his cool in the moment last night, and he got ejected from the game. He's the superstar player. He's got to be smarter than that. He made a split-second dumb decision, and it cost the Spurs a win last night.
Well, yes, it did. A game that they should have won. Again, it took a great effort by Anthony Edwards to get that win for the Minnesota Timberwolves. But again, I just think Wemby can handle himself. I think he's done a great job. Again, should he complain a little bit more? Sure. Maybe a hard foul or two on Gobert. Mm-hmm. Maybe a hard foul on a Naz Reid. Something like that. Just start banging people back. I'm all for that. Do it. And play physical with these people. And I think to some extent he has. But even with all the hacking, you know, all I hear last night is poor Wemby, poor Wemby, poor Wemby. He's getting picked on. The dude lit up Minnesota in game 3, lit them up. Mm-hmm. And nothing was different in game 3. He can take care of himself, and he can play basketball with anybody, no matter what the situation is. And I'm tired of all this poor Wemby, poor Wemby. They're picking on him. BS. The man knows how to play ball, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes off tomorrow.
Now, on our YouTube page, the comments, I mean, there's so many of them, I can't read them all, but I just saw one, not sure what's real and what isn't, because some video from his post-game comments last night were unreal. That's not real. That's AI. Wemby did not speak to the media last night.
I know exactly
that
what you're
great video talking about his baguettes. That's not real.
It's not real.
That is all AI. Funny as hell.
It is.
But that is not real.
It is.
Be mindful of that. You can also vote in the poll there on YouTube. Read the comments. They're funny as hell. Or let's do it the old-fashioned way. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Gary, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, guys. Oh, man. Watching that game last night drove me nuts. But, you know, okay, elbows to the throat. Hey, there's no place for that. But please don't try to start comparing the way they play in basketball now to basketball in the old days, because they were killing people in the old days. I've seen some of the things that happened when Ken Benson gave that punch in the gut to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar just flat out laid him out. You know, that kind of stuff happened all the time. All I'm saying is that I would like to see on some of these plays where they're beating the living crap out of Wemby, hey, Mitch Johnson, send one of your third stringers in there and get somebody's attention, because you don't want Wemby to be throwing elbows, because they're going to remember this last elbow. But I tell you, you can bring Biombo or Olenek or somebody out there and say, hey, get that dude off of him, because you're only going to be in for like a minute, man. But we don't want Wemby to be catching any heck. But I tell you, some of the stuff they do to him is just insane. He's got to get their attention. You can have, you can be the weakest person in the world, but if you beat on him and beat on him and beat on him, you get to a point and you say, that's it. I had it. The next one's going to catch it. I always said, You poke the bear, you catch these paws.
Well,
you keep poking the bear, you're going to catch these
appreciate
paws.
the call. I mean, you look at it and you think, I know there's going to be some back in my day that would have been play on. Just keep moving. Nothing to see here.
Our flagrant one, I've heard that, and we keep moving on.
I mean, Bill Lambier chuckled.
Well, exactly. A lot of the old timers did. I think Paul Pierce made a comment on that today too. Just say, "Hey, dude, that was nothing."
Mark Oberding is laughing. That's a foul.
Exactly,
Come on.
Well, I mean, you don't have to go. If you guys don't remember, just go back and watch some. Go to 2005. And watch the Spurs play the Pistons in the finals. And ask Tony Parker Tony Parker, I don't know how he survived that series, to be totally honest with you. And I'll tell you what, Tim Duncan, too. I don't know how they survived that series with the physical play. What's happening to Wemby now is kids play compared to what those guys went through. And I know the NBA's changed, and I get it. It's physical basketball. And Wemby has proven in this series that he can not only handle it, but he can thrive through it. He's done it. We don't have to feel sorry for this guy. He's going to be just fine.
Well, he is, but he didn't survive last night. And through 3 games, the abuse, and he lost his cool last night.
He did.
And if you're Minnesota, mission accomplished. You got under his skin, and he got ejected from the game. I don't know if that was part of their game plan, but foul him, harass him, make him as uncomfortable. And if he does something stupid and gets tossed, man, that's great. The sad part is the Spurs still had an opportunity to win that game. Without Wemby, they're up 6 midway through the 4th quarter, and they blow the lead. And the rest of the guys, for the most part, played fantastic without him last night. And we're not going to spend enough time talking about, my goodness, Dylan Harper.
The guy's incredible. When do they start Harper and sit Champagnie? It's a serious question.
I mean,
unless they just like his energy off the bench.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know how much I change at this point in the season, but future is certainly there. If you've got a phone line, stay there. We see you. Your calls are coming up. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Head over to the YouTube page. Vote in the poll. 118 votes already. 60-40 no. The question, are you mad at Wemby for getting ejected? 60% of you. No, Wemby can do no wrong. Why would I be mad at him? I can be mad at him and still love him.
And that's why I've got people on our YouTube page saying I need to go be a Minnesota sports reporter, and I've lost all my San Antonio points because I guess I should just go along. You know what? Poor Wemby. I feel so sorry for him. The mean Timberwolves are just bullying him. Is that better, David?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
Unbelievable. We're live at
the beauty of
Northwest Automotive Warehouse here on Calabria Road, where they've got some great deals going on. We're going to tell you about them when we come back. But you're more than welcome. Come out here and see us if you'd like.
Absolutely.
You can tell me to go to Minnesota to my face if you'd like. You're free to do that.
You are.
Don't you think?
You are.
This is the Blitz.
You get yourself a pack rat while you're at it.
San Antonio Sports Star.
It's stuffed into a toolbox. Who knows? Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses for a limited time. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
With the new MyLowe's Pro Rewards American Express card, earn 3 points per dollar spent on Lowe's qualifying purchases for the first 6 months after card account opening. Plus, save 5% every day on eligible purchases at Lowe's and earn points on eligible purchases everywhere else Amex is accepted. Card members get more at Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. 5% can't be combined with any other offer. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Points subject to loyalty terms at Lowe's.com/terms and credit reward terms at Synchrony.com/MLPRA-terms. Visit Lowe's.com/business credit.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
You've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com. Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Mario with a comment of the day, and I tell you what, I'm here for it. It is fantastic. Oh, how I missed having playoff drama.
Yes, sir.
LOL. And we've had some in this series so far, and well, at least 2 more games to go before it's all said and done. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. We are live at Northwest Automotive Warehouse, Calabria Road, and well, Father's Day's coming up. pretty good place to pick out that gift.
Well, and you
for
think
dear old
about
Dad.
because yesterday was all about mom.
Yeah.
And dads always get screwed. You got a tie and whatever, right? I mean, think about yourself. Here at NAW, Real Truck, they do so much with them. They're not doing their $150 off anymore, but at NAW for Father's Day, they will. $150 off all undercover Ultra Flex truck bed covers, which are the #1 selling and an NAW favorite. Plus, they got them in stock, so you don't have to order it from Real Truck. You can check their pricing there and then come here to NAW, realtruck.com, and it's the same. But you're going to get it faster here. Mention the Blitz. They're going to install it for free. So you're saving a ton of money. So come check that out here at NAW in the Big Red Building on Calabria Road.
Just pretty cool place to come in and just look around, man. They've got some cool stuff in here. That is for sure. Of course, we're talking a lot of playoff basketball, Spurs playoff basketball. Because we got a tie series now, 2-2. A lot of Spurs fans upset with the expulsion, if you will, the ejection of one Victor Wembanyama last night in the second quarter. And I tell you what, it was devastating when you saw that, because you're thinking, oh boy, now it's 2-2. But the way the Spurs played basketball and just stayed in there. Look, this Spurs team is clearly the better team. I mean, I don't think there's any question about it at this point in time. The fact that they're tied 2-2 is really quite amazing, but they are the better team. I don't think there's any question about that. Now they just got to make sure that their record proves that.
Well, that's it. Had a chance in game one, didn't get it done. Had a chance last night without Wemby, didn't get it done. While they are the better team, they also are playing with fire. And you know what can happen when you're playing with fire, which is why our poll question today, are you mad at Wemby for getting ejected? 62% of you say no. And look, you can be mad at Wemby for losing his cool last night and getting ejected. A superstar player cannot do that. Wemby did. But a lot of you are going to defend him. One of the comments on our YouTube page, Albert says, we wouldn't even be in the playoffs without Wemby. He's young and made a mistake. I'm sure it's a lesson learned. He'll be a better player for it. Go sit in the corner. No dessert today, Wemby. No, I mean, again, he cost the Spurs an opportunity for the win last night. Even though they had a chance to win without him, with them, obviously their chances are better. A star player has to be smarter than that. His teammates have to come to his defense. Let them take those kind of penalties and shots. Wemby lost his cool. Nobody is going to defend that. Nobody in that Spurs organization is going, yeah, that was the right thing to do, because it wasn't. You can't. Everybody knows head and neck. You can't do that. Elbows. You just can't do that. And when you're the star player, you're. What's the old saying? Best availability or best ability is availability.
Availability, yes, yes. And to lose Wemby that early in the game, very early in the second quarter, was just devastating.
Although that's probably part of the reason why he's available for Game 5.
Well, it could very well. If that happened in the fourth quarter, he might not be available for Game 5. I'm glad he didn't get suspended, I really am, because while some of these comments, yes, he is young, he lost his cool. It was. To me, it wasn't inadvertent. He meant to do it. I mean, it just looked that way to me. And I've watched that thing over and over and over again. I know a lot of people disagree with me there, but having said that, he got thrown out. That was the right thing to do. I'm just glad there's no more punishment. Although both of us were quite surprised that there was no fine involved. I can see the no suspension, but no fine at all.
Well, anytime you're suspended, it comes with a couple of $1 fine. Nothing major.
A couple thousand, I think, right? Yeah.
And so, and because he has no history, that certainly does play a factor. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Doxy, you're on the Blitz. What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am disappointed that our boy Wemby actually let them get that frustration on him. But at the same token, I don't blame him. He has actually been fouled, just like Castle. Castle's been fouled. There's a lot of things in this playoff series that they're allowing to have happen. I mean, the flying or the flailing of the hands when you're actually up there, dribbling the ball, and the defensive players playing on them. They're actually up there doing a lot of pushing. They're not calling that. The people are actually waving off the hands when they're trying to do a post or a backup motion. They're having to flag off the hands because there's so much physicality. I understand there's a level of physicality when it comes to playoff basketball, and that they should give that space to that. But when a foul is a foul is a foul. So grabbing the man just because he is 7'8", 7'10", 8 foot, whatever the case, and you're 7 or 6 foot, whatever, you're coming into the fire with this big man, just like y'all said about Shaq. Shaq got Shaq-a-hack, how you said back in his day, but that was because he couldn't shoot free throws, okay? And he's a big dude. Well, just because he's big and he's meaty doesn't mean that the fouls are not effective. They do hurt because these guys are putting their power down to it to try to affect the play. So at that point, yes, he lost his cool, and he'll learn from this. But ultimately, the NBA needs to basically, like the coach said, play the game and do it right. Protect the people that should be protected, which you already know that this man is a superstar. He is our superstar. No, he's not LeBron James, but tomorrow he just may be that. So for that matter, for the time being, in building up this, and I just look at it as the NBA wanting to continue on the series because they know we're going to sweep them. They know that. So that's just my take. Wemby is a man. He knows what he's doing. He let them get under his skin. But granted, they're going to try to do it again. And my thing is, at that point, they just need to go ahead and make the throws. Every person needs to give their part. So Harrison Barnes, hit them threes. Champetti, hit them threes. Castle, make them pay at the line. Drive in. Get the foul. But refs, do your job. Call the fouls like you're supposed to. Thank you.
Absolutely. Doxy, appreciate the phone call. Great phone call. And again, I mean, he lost his cool. I thought it was interesting. Mitch was asked after the game, was that a frustration reaction from Vic?
No, I think it's in getting hit on every play. And so at times you have to create a lead, get a rebound, get a catch, try to stop them from scoring, protect the ball. And so it's gotten to the point I don't know what else to tell him. We've tried to give him fundamental direction on how to deal with it. And at times it seems like that's not enough.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Look, and to Mitch Johnson's defense, he's doing what he should do. He's politicking the officials. He's politicking the league. He's doing all of that stuff, and in hopes that it will make a difference in the officiating in Game 5.
I just think that the amount of physicality that people play with him, at some level, you have to protect yourself. Every single play on every single part of the floor, people are trying to impose their physicality on him. I get it. We get it. That's part of the game. But at some stage, he's gotten chucked. He's gotten pushed down in transition, running freely, all the stuff. He doesn't complain one time. We don't complain because we're just going to play. We don't really give, excuse my language. But at some stage, he should be protected. And if not, he's going to have to protect himself. And unfortunately, stuff like that happens.
Well, unfortunately, and look, he can protect himself. And here, I got a little advice for Wemby, because it works for some of the other stars in the league. If you get touched, if you get help, flop. I mean, as long as I hate that I'm saying that.
Yeah, okay. The French flopper.
No, I hate that I'm saying that, but you know what? It works for SGA. It works for other people. I know Luke Cornett tried to flop last night, and that didn't turn out too well. But if that's what you have to do, exaggerate it. Do something to call attention to it where they have to do something. Because if you're not complaining about it, if you're not flailing and flopping, then the officials, what are they going to do?
Well, and again, we all know. It's so interesting how we seem to forget, and I'm saying that just kind of what I'm seeing on our YouTube comments right now. Hasn't this been a part of the conversation since, I don't know, February or March, that playoff basketball is more physical?
Yes,
I know it's been
it has.
7 years for the Spurs to be in the playoffs, and did we as Spurs fans forget that playoff basketball gets called differently than regular season basketball? It's like we knew this was coming. We knew that Wemby would get abused. He's tall and he's skinny. and people are going to get physical with him. That's really the only thing they can do to try to slow him down. You're not going to stop him, but you beat the hell out of him. If Wemby played for another team and they were playing our team, that's exactly what we would be as fans calling for. What do you have to do? Beat the hell out of him. He knows that's coming. The Spurs know that's coming. You could hear it from Mitch. You know, they're trying to tell him everything that he can do, but they don't complain. Maybe they need to. But Spurs fans saying you didn't know this was happening or the refs need to call things differently. The refs are doing what we all anticipated playoff basketball being like. Does it suck? Yes. Do the Spurs get away with some stuff? Yes, they do.
Now, wait a minute. You're saying that too?
That
you going to join me in Minnesota?
What?
Well, I mean, you know, if we're not towing the line here, we should probably
look,
move.
I mean, we call it how we see it.
Exactly.
And I know some of you get pissed when we don't say exactly what you want to hear, but the reality is this shouldn't be a surprise. What surprises me is that Wemby lost his cool last night, because this is a kid who is able to keep his emotions in check. While he's not going to apologize for being emotional, he talked about this the other day. He's an emotional dude. Last night he lost his cool. I'm sure he got some sort of message from Monkville about, dude, you can't do that, right? But I mean, he lost his cool. They got under his skin. They won.
They
did. And again, if you're Minnesota, that's your goal. Get him out of his game mentally or physically. And they did both and got him, and he got kicked out of the game. That's, I think, this part that surprised me. It was the second time this series that I was surprised that Wemby wasn't his normal calm self. Game one, when he said it was such a blur. Game was too fast for him. And one of the reasons why game one was physical as hell.
I was.
And again, you look at that and you go, man, I mean, welcome to playoff basketball.
It's exactly right. And we, you know, comments, I love your comments, and I appreciate the debate. And I tell somebody that last night, and I really do. And if you disagree with me or Jason, both of us, that's great. We have no problem with that. Just don't be a homer, just the fact to be a homer. And that's, I think that's what we're doing here. We do call it as we see it. And I appreciate Gibbs on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page saying Spurs get away with nothing. I'm 1,000,000% objective here. And he's tongue in cheek. Look, the Spurs do the same thing, and they foul. They get away with some stuff as well. I know Minnesota's been the more aggressive foulers, the more physical, if you will, although I don't know. I saw last night that I think Steph Castle does a pretty good job of getting physical. The players do, and it's just you've got to learn how to play, and it's part of growing up in playoff basketball.
And to a degree, give Minnesota credit, because they are trying to see what they can get away with. What are the officials going to call? And trust me, I get pissed off too when I see these little ticky-tack and, you know, oh man, that was down low. Come on. You know, when calls are going against San Antonio, because I'm like, they'll call that, but not on the other end. I wish it felt more balanced, but I'm not biased. But I'm also not ignorant enough to think that, you know, it is all the calls are going one way versus the other. Consistency. And when you see something that's egregious, and Wemby has just been getting mugged, but they're letting it happen. So Minnesota is playing along with it, and which is what we would want them to do if the Spurs were playing a very similar style. And when we get to the next round, we're all going to hope that they let things go and SGA is not taking 16, 18, 20 free throws a game.
Well, that's probably not going to happen, because that guy gets his. Certainly gets his. But
I know, but we can hope.
I think Wemby needs to draw attention to it, because you saw last night, even before the ejection, they're trying to get this man in foul trouble.
Yep.
They want him off the floor because they can operate better against Luke Cornett than they can against Victor Wembanyama, and that's just a fact. Minnesota is going to try everything they can to get Wemby off the floor. Well, let's get him in foul trouble, or coax him into losing his cool like he did last night.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. A lot more on what happened last night as this series now returns back to San Antonio for Game 5 tomorrow night. You know what else is happening tomorrow night?
What's that?
The San Antonio Missions are taking on the Wichita Wind Surge.
How about that?
Yeah, we've got a family 4-pack of tickets to give away.
Well, let's give them away right now.
Our Pledge wants us to give them away right now.
He does?
He does.
All right, Pledge. Yeah. Anything you want, buddy.
We'll
do
he's
that.
The producer. He said, give away the tickets.
So let's see here. I'm looking up at, trying to find a number here.
You're trying to find a number.
Yeah.
There's a one behind your shoulder.
There's also a 94.
There's a 250 up there too. So I mean,
all right. We'll come up with a very creative number. Wemby played 12 minutes last night. Let's go. Caller number 12. 210-656-ESPN 656-3776. Pledge. I was going to go with this points total, but because you were trying to go 1, I went 12.
Very good. Good luck to you.
Head.
Good luck to you. We're at Northwest Automotive Warehouse, Calabria Road, where they've got some great deals going on for Father's Day, and we'll update you on everything they've got going on here while we're here during the show as well. A lot more Spurs basketball talk as they lose Game 4. Get ready for a Game 5 that Wemby will play in. No more suspensions, no fines, no nothing. He is good to go. So he will be in the lineup in Game 5 tomorrow night inside the Frost Bank Center. When we come back, if you were the mayor and somebody insulted your wife, you had the ability just to fire them all. Fire everybody.
Fire everybody.
Fire everybody.
Done.
That happened. It's a true story. We'll tell you about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Got to tell you about my friends at Stevens Roofing and Solar, though. I've been talking about these guys for some time now, and I tell you what, they're just a great company. I'm proud to do so. Good family-owned company. Good family, good folks, and they just do business the right way. Look, they've been in business since 1983. 1983. A lot of businesses don't last near that long. Stevens Roofing and Solar certainly has, and there's a reason for it. It's the work that they do. It is quality work. They stand behind it, and their customers come back again and again and again. That's what you want. Look, with all this rain we had, last night's storm, for example, if you've noticed something on your roof that just doesn't look right, well, give Stevens Roofing and Solar a call at 210-785-0994. Let them send a team out to your house. They will. They'll inspect your roof. They'll do it for free. And they'll let you know if there's any problems up there that need to be fixed or taken care of. And you know you've got the best in the business there to get it done and get it done right. These storms aren't over. That's my prediction. I just think there's more coming. We're in May, and it's an active season for thunderstorms. Get it taken care of before the next storm rolls in. Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Hello.
I didn't make it into medical school, Dad.
Huh?
I didn't have an A in all my subjects, so I can't get in.
What do you mean, all these years I supported you, all the money I poured into your education, you don't get all A's? What was your bad subject? Chemistry, physiology, what?
No, Dad, spelling.
Spelling?
Yeah.
What, was it some funny microorganisms you couldn't spell or what?
No, Kinetico.
Kinetico?
Yeah.
You mean the water conditioner that uses no electricity? Are you kidding? Everybody knows how to spell Kinetico.
Not me.
Everybody knows Kinetico is the water conditioning company that revolutionized the water industry.
Sorry, Dad.
Everybody knows that Kinetico is spelled Kinetico.
I thought the instructor said Connecticut.
Oh,
East Coast,
son,
little
you should have remembered kinetic as in kinetic energy with an O on the end. Kinetico. Kinetico. Spell it Kinetico.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Kinetico. SA.com.
Have pain? Have chronic pain, low back pain, knee pain, neck pain, or shoulder pain? I can help. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we get to the root of your pain. We don't just give pain medications. We do the proper investigation to see what is the root cause, and it's covered by your insurance. Reduce your medication, avoid surgery, and get rid of pain for good. Call for your free evaluation. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, where we get to the root cause of your problem. 210-468-1891.
Ready to order?
Yes.
We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen. A fine, an inconvenience, a little embarrassment. But then comes the crash. There are injuries, a hospital bed, the long road to recovery, the moments you'll miss. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. That ticket? That was nothing. Click it. Don't risk it. Paid for by NHTSA.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the big news the Spurs fans have been waiting for, Victor Wembanyama will face no more further suspension or fine. He will play in Game 5 against the Timberwolves tomorrow night, 7 o'clock tip inside the Frost Bank Center. NFL schedule release is this Thursday, but leaks already started. Cowboys will open up the season on Sunday Night Football, September 13th, against the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium in the Meadowlands. Kickoff 7:20.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Live at Northwest Automotive Warehouse. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. And a great place to be on a Reaction Monday. Lots happening as far as the San Antonio Spurs. A little playoff drama last night. And I'm here for it, man. It's fun.
Absolutely. And we're here with our friends at NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Calabria Road. It's time to start thinking about you. Father's Day.
Father's Day.
I mean, Mom was all about yesterday. Now you don't want to tie. And again, some of the specials they have, some of their great scratch and dent specials are incredible. Toolboxes, pack rats, diesel tanks, weather guard. Get out here and check out everything that they have. We'll learn more about it coming up here in a bit. But it's all about last night, Wemby getting ejected. That's our poll question on YouTube. Go to sasportstar.com and click in through YouTube or search out the station on YouTube. The poll question, are you mad at Wemby for getting ejected? Right now, 62% of you say no. You can't be mad at Wemby.
Don't be mad at Wemby.
I can be mad at Wemby. I voted yes. And I can understand. Proud of him, still love him, but I can be mad at him because I felt like as a superstar, you have to know better. You have to make sure you stay in the game. You know, the other night, Game 3, he picks up that 5th foul with, 6 minutes or so to go?
Yeah.
Mitch Johnson rolls the dice, man. Be smart. Don't pick up that extra foul. And he was smart.
He was smart.
He wasn't smart last night. Lost his cool for a split second and got ejected.
Yep, he did. But again, the good news is no suspension, no fine. He will be in uniform tomorrow night for a pivotal Game 5, obviously, in this series, tied at 2-2 with the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's going to be a lot of fun. I almost get the feeling, Jason, and I don't know, you tell me if you get the same way. Whenever you hear Anthony Edwards talking after the game, I'm not saying he's scared of Wemby, but I think this Minnesota team is intimidated by him. And just because they can't do anything that they like to do, they like to get to the rack. And when he's in the game, they can't do that.
Nope.
And I almost feel like, because every time you hear Ant talk, he's boy, that guy's good, and he's tall, and he blocks everything, and just on and on and on. And it's amazing to me. And so when Wemby gifts them what he gifted them last night, I mean, it plays in their hands, although, the Spurs almost pulled it out anyway.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Marcus, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Great.
What's up, man?
Yep. Great news about Wemby, but I want to talk about after the ejection. There were a couple of key plays, I thought, when they were kind of going back and forth and Edwards was getting heated up. Top of the key isolation play for Keldon Johnson. Like, why are they running that? He can't handle the ball like that. I think he dribbled it off his foot or whatever. And then a couple of plays later, Fox came down and took a three, and a three's fine, but he was like 4 feet behind the line. And I think, a 2 or a foul or at least a decent shot might have just put a little more pressure on him. And the last thing I want to say is Harper, man. I want to see more of Harper. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Marcus, I think we all do at this point. That young man is becoming a star in front of our very eyes. He really is. This guy is just playing lights out. He makes moves that it's hard to imagine anybody else making. And he's not afraid of the moment. He's there, and he had the look of the night last night. I will give him that. He played great, but he had the look of the night. And I know you've all seen it if you've been on social media at all. When Wemby delivered the elbow, Dylan Harper's look, man, was classic.
That was
classic
during the whole thing. Now, I will show this to you, Joe, although we can't say the name on this.
Okay, I won't say the name.
But a good friend is texting and says, I can't have an opinion. But Reinagle is right. That MFer has been around long enough to know you don't elbow to the neck. Wemby could have really injured Nas. Garbage effing bluff.
Wow. Well,
you got somebody on your side.
Thank you.
Yes. That person generally doesn't agree with you at all.
That's a good someone to have on my side.
That really is.
Yes,
we'll
absolutely.
get back into the Spurs in a moment. Right now, let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novu Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
A small town in Georgia. And I'm going to guess this
sounds like a country song.
Well, it does. And although it's got to be close to Florida state line, right? But this small town in Georgia, the mayor got pissed off, fired the entire police force because some of the officers were talking crap about the mayor's wife on Facebook.
Well, the entire police force of 10.
Well, but it's a town of 900. Why do they need 10 cops?
Well, I don't know why they need 10 cops, but they need somebody, don't they? I mean, my goodness, you'll fire the entire police force.
A town of 900 probably doesn't need a police force of 10.
Well, how many do you need?
I don't know. 3,
Andy
4?
and Barney?
I mean, 4? I don't know. 900 people. Police your damn selves. But this mayor in Cahuta, his name is Ron Shinnick, fired all 10 employees of the Cahuta Police Department for making inappropriate comments that upset his wife, Pam. See, now Pam was fired as the town clerk after she apparently created a hostile work environment. So he fired everybody. They were fired for 2 days. Because then the town council in the North Georgia mountain community passed an ordinance reinstating the community's police department and restoring their jobs. Because you can't do that.
You can't
just fire everybody.
Well, I mean, it ought to give him a little cred with his wife. I mean, she's probably pretty happy with him.
I mean,
thank you, honey, for firing everybody.
It's a town of about 930 people.
Dude, I get it, but I'm just saying. I think I mean, his wife's probably pretty happy. Although he's old, he might have gotten a special something.
Oh,
special treat last night.
I mean. She was the town clerk.
The town what?
Clerk.
Okay. All right.
She got fired. I don't know. I mean, it feels like Florida. Now, this one is Florida, in the Pensacola area. Some dude's bringing his girlfriend home, 2 a.m. The girl's sister, mind you, pulls a gun on the dude, makes him strip, empties his pockets, and then smashes him in the face with the gun.
Well, you could read into that a couple of different things. I mean, maybe
was she curious or robbing him or both?
Well, maybe it turned.
What are you doing with my sister at 2 a.m.?
Turned into a robbery after the fact. Maybe she liked the guy. Just wanted to check out the goods before she made a move.
With a gun?
Well, sure.
I mean, with the sister.
Is he going to strip without a gun?
I don't know. And then she left. They chased after her. She's arrested now. She actually looks for a Florida mugshot, not necessarily all that bad.
Not bad at all.
And I would say just based on the mugshot, she didn't really need the gun to get him to strip, if you know what I mean.
Well, probably not. Although if it's her sister, you kind of have to play the game. I'm not interested.
She said she was trying to help her sister out.
Yeah. Whatever. Hey, dude, I spent the weekend in Florida, and daughter-in-law says Florida man is real. Just saying.
How was the sister?
She's great. Oh, the sister, I don't know. I don't know about her. Don't know how about her. But,
no, you didn't go for a walk in a park, did you?
No, I did not. And even if I did, I wouldn't go like this guy.
In your underwear?
In my underwear. Well, apparently he's not just in his underwear. He's in his underwear because it's easy to flash people. There's flashing. He's showing off the goods to everybody.
Now, this is in Louisville, Kentucky.
Ding, 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 ding.
59-year-old Gregory Mack has been busted twice in Cherokee Park there in Louisville. Now, as you read the description from the police report, one of the two reported incidents that took place, he was seen by two victims sitting on a park bench with his underwear around his ankles, manually stimulating himself as they walked past. That's a phrasing I haven't heard.
Manually stimulating yourself as opposed to a machine doing it.
Well, I have a pretty good rub.
That's one way to describe it, isn't
Yes.
Manually stimulating yourself.
What the hell is the matter with people?
It's Kentucky, man.
Well, I guess, but nobody wants to see that unless his cousin walked by.
The cousin doesn't want to see
Well,
that.
I
mean, generally, you go to the park in your tiny whities, you're probably going to get in trouble anyway.
What the hell is the matter with folks?
And the video, he is wearing his tidy whities.
And he needs to be wearing a lot more than that.
Well, he should.
Yeah.
As everybody should be
No
while you're at a
question.
park. Now, immediately, I knew it wasn't Ryan Eagle because Ryan Eagle never goes to a park.
Well, I don't, and not in my tidy whities. I don't even know if I have tidy whities anymore. They're all multicolored whiteys.
Well, they're not multicolored whiteys.
Not whiteys. You know what I'm talking about.
No, not really.
They're not white. They're all different colors. I know everybody wanted to know that, I'm sure, but I'm just
Boxers
saying.
or briefs?
Well,
both.
Boxer briefs.
Yes.
That was the greatest invention in the world, wasn't it?
It's right up there.
It's pretty good. It's not bad at all. People are nuts. I'm done.
Whip it out. Go to town.
Pun was intended.
Yeah, well, I guess it may be.
Guys in jail.
Unreal. Let's talk a little Spurs basketball.
Let's do that.
You want to do that? They had their tidy whities on last night.
Oh, good Lord.
Didn't they?
They got their panties in a wad after some of those foul calls, that's for sure.
Now, see, look at you.
What?
All Homer on me here.
Well, I mean, it's both. I can be mad at Wemby, and I can be mad at what happened last night and pissed off that the Spurs lost.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
All of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above.
No, you're absolutely right. And look, they're hacking the hell out of this guy. They really are. But they're doing it on purpose. And the officials, for whatever reason, are letting them get away with it. I think he could animate himself a little bit to help out his cause. Let's talk about it. We'll do that as we continue live here at UAW.
Or NAW.
Or NAW. When I say UAW, that's
Beats
a
the
union,
hell out of
right?
me. Yeah, I don't know.
NAW.
Do you know where you are?
I have no clue where
you're
I'm
thinking
at.
about yourself and that dude in tidy whities, and you've lost all control of yourself.
I'm verklempt.
You're what? You're what?
NAW.
Some dude
Northwest
manually
Automotive
stimulated
Warehouse.
himself, and you can't speak.
Northwest Automotive Warehouse, Calabar Road. That's where we are. I've come back to life. You come out to see us, say hello. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
No, I was going for chocolate balls.
Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. On Rangers game days, prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits one, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's playoff headquarters has arrived. Novo Brewery features 80 feet of video walls, craft beers, hard kombucha on tap, and the food menu that means business. Thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, carne asada fries, and more. And with its own private entrance separate from North Star Mall, no hassle, just you, your crew, and the biggest screens in the city at Novo Brewery. Open late. Visit novobrew.com. Novo Brewery. Come hungry. Stay for the game.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
When I wake up the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Harry Douglas here. I don't wait for birthdays to celebrate. I grab Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes like rich vanilla birthday cake with buttery funfetti goodness. Seriously, it's unapologetically extra in the best way. And it's sugar-free, so I get all that cake flavor without the guilt. It's tiny, portable, and ready for whenever I need a quick boost. I keep one with me because you never know when you'll need a little party energy. The funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Rich Eisen here.
PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
M&M action there, huh? Nice. Like that, Pledge.
The fact that you knew that right away.
Dude, I've
you
always,
didn't ask.
I've been a good I've been an M&M fan.
All right.
The Slim Shady, man, is still
See, I hear you talking about an
best
M&M
song
fan,
ever.
and I'm asking, regular or peanut. I'm impressed.
M&M. I like that guy. He's pretty good. This is the Blitz. I like that, too. I like the fact that we're at NAW as well on Calabria Road. Here until 6 o'clock tonight with specials galore. We're going to tell you all about those coming up here in just a moment. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix. And, again, the talk of the town, obviously, since it happened last night, second quarter, Victor Wembanyama getting tossed for throwing an elbow in the neck of Naz Reid.
And, again, you look at what happened last night. Wemby gets ejected. He has to know better. He'll learn from this. And I think that's part of why there's no further discipline coming from the NBA. 1, it happened early enough in the game. 2, he has no history. That's his first ever ejection. But Minnesota, they got what they wanted. They got him out of the game. They got under his skin.
They did.
And they frustrated him. And honestly, even though the Spurs lost the game, and that sucks, they had an opportunity to win. And Mitch Johnson impressed and happy with the way the team responded after the ejection.
Yeah, no doubt.
Phenomenal. Had a chance to win, things we could have been better at. Didn't close it out the way we wanted to, but I thought the reaction obviously was phenomenal. I mean, we were leading there until the end, and they made some shots. We didn't finish the possession with some rebounds, got some tough whistles. But Minnesota made some plays, and they finished the game. But I thought the guys reacted in a phenomenal way.
Yeah, I agree with them there. They did. They came through knowing that Wemby was out, but I think the experience of playing and winning this season without him certainly helped. They didn't panic when he went out of the game.
No, 12-6 during the regular season without him. They won that game in the Portland series without him when he got the concussion. And quite honestly, they had a lead, 6 points with 6 minutes to go.
I think they were up as many as 8.
They were up as many as 8 starting that fourth quarter. De'Aaron Fox struggled in the fourth quarter. Keldon Johnson with a couple of turnovers. And quite honestly, maybe we should just credit Anthony Edwards because that guy saw the opening because Wemby wasn't there, and he took over in that fourth quarter. Julian Champagnie, 2 of 8, though. 0 for 5 from 3. And the Spurs as a team, 6 for 26 from three-point range, 23%. You're not going to win many games. The fact is they had an opportunity to win that game following the ejection. Dylan Harper was phenomenal. 8 of 11, 24 points, and one of the best facial reactions you'll ever see.
I promise you it was. I know you've probably all seen it, but if you haven't, find it. It's right when Wemby throws the elbow in the neck of Naz Reid, and you see Dylan Harper in the back with just a look on his face like he can't believe what he just saw.
Well, and he was as close to it, and he talked after the game about Wemby's ejection.
I mean, I think, obviously, I mean, you never want anyone to get hurt. I mean, we all play in the game we love, but you can see the frustration. You know, I can see where he's coming from. You know, I don't think it was intentional, but it was more like they keep grabbing me. You know, I'm trying to protect myself because no one else gonna protect me. But I mean, we got his back, and I think that he's gonna learn from it. And he just know not to do that again.
See, and you like that answer. He's got to learn from that, know not to do that again. I love that. I mean, even Dylan Harper knows you can't do that.
No, you can't. And again, this team playing as well as they did without him is something that Harper said that the Spurs as a team can take a lot out of.
I mean, what I take it from the loss is just got to tighten up on your details. We just got to tighten up as a team on the little things. I think more than anything, the little things kind of come out the most in those stretches in the end of the game. But just staying together, being together, and just battling to the end with your group of guys. So, I mean, for us, I think we just learned to stay together and just not get too low, not get too high. You know, on the road, you know, it go your way, not go your way. So, I mean, you just kind of got to control you can control.
Well, it's absolutely true. And that kid is wiser than his years. That's for sure. But he's been around basketball his entire life. He knows what's going on. But he is super athletic, super talented, and he's going to be a star in this league.
He is going to be a star in this league. We'll have more on the Spurs coming up in a moment. We are live here at NAW Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Calabria Road. Frank Montoya joining us now. You've owned this, I don't know, since the 70s, forever and a day. Now, you have a lot of longstanding employees. How many times have you just wanted to elbow one of them in the neck?
Well, maybe 2 times.
A day?
Yeah.
Maybe 2 times
a day?
Yeah, but I'm not the same situation Wemby is in. I mean, he's 7'5", and so for me to elbow these guys, you know, I'm only 5'8". I would have to raise my elbow quite high.
Well, you can stand on a chair and do something like that. Now, I know yesterday was Mother's Day, but we're already planning ahead for Father's Day because no dad wants a tie. You got so much cool stuff here that guys can get for their truck or their Jeep.
Are you telling me a UT tie, a Longhorn tie, would not be
It would look great with that T-shirt. But how many of those do you already have?
Yeah, no doubt it would. It would look really good with that.
Now, before we get into that and to what we've got on for Memorial Day and Father's Day.
Okay.
Yeah, because we got 2 things going on, to be honest with you. How was your lunch?
Lunch was fantastic. We
have
need
you
to bring
said
that
anything?
up. You know, we were so busy. No. So last time we were out here, Joe and I just stopped at what we call an RMR, a random Mexican restaurant on Calabria Road. And we went in this open 24 hours big. There was lots of cars in the parking lot. We were the only ones in there. The food was all right, but it's lunchtime and not a soul walked in to eat lunch. And you were like, dude, I do better. So today you took us to lunch over at Rita's.
Yes.
Well, it's fantastic.
And
it was packed.
Yes. Oh, it was very good. And I noticed the first thing I asked, the 2 J's, Joe, what's your favorite? And he said carne asada. They got great carne asada.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's
great
fantastic.
Yeah. But, we took pictures after you left. Ashley and I were there.
Uh-huh.
And so we've got to tell you something.
Uh-oh.
We took pictures of each of your plates.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ashley has the picture of each of your plates, and
why would you do that? That's weird.
Well,
that's very weird, Frank.
Sometimes because I know you fairly well, Jason, but Joe, I didn't. There was a lot of things he said, and I'll bring up one other thing in a second.
What happens at lunch stays at lunch.
Oh my goodness! Here we go.
The picture of Joe's plate. I mean, you could have skated on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he finished everything.
Yes. Yeah. Now your plate, I have to admit,
the rice and beans were still there.
Well,
I'm not going to fill up on that.
A little bit of the enchilada was there too.
No, the enchilada was gone.
Not all of it. I think there was like 2, and I brought it over to my side, and I had
You finished it?
No, I was.
You
tempted.
finished it.
I was tempted.
You finished it. That's all right. That's all right.
But
eat till you're full.
I know Jason fairly well, and I've over the last 2 or 3 years. But Joe, I've got to tell you, what really impressed me out of anywhere, he came and said, I'd really like to be a dog for a day.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
I wrote that down. I'm sorry. I mean,
for one reason only.
Yeah. Tell them what the reason is.
What you can say on the air?
I remember.
See, Jason's mind is in the gutter.
Oh, my mind.
24/7.
Uh-huh.
I said, I was talking to Ashley because she said she was tired. And I said, would it be kind of cool to be a dog for a day? So all you do is sleep.
Yeah.
And then this guy goes straight to the licking himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're like, well, there's that.
I mean, I'm like,
I know you well enough, Joe.
That's not
You're
what I
not
was
worried about
thinking,
sleep.
though. I wasn't thinking about that.
Come on.
I was just trying to help Ashley.
Well, there you go. Well, we got that. We got that out of the way, and I'm starting to learn a little bit more and more about you as I am with you, Joe, and stuff like that.
Well, I'm still around, so it must be okay.
It's very good. It's very good. Now we'll talk about some of the things we've got going on again for not just Father's Day, but for Memorial Day also. This is the season for tonneau covers, bed covers, the ones that either fold, roll, or slide back and forth, and so. People right now, they're looking for tonneau covers. I can tell when I go on the internet, a lot of tonneau covers are being sold and things like that. Right now, we're going to run, and we're going to start it really actually today. It's $150 off any Ultraflex trifold tonneau cover, and what that cover does, you get all three folds. The last fold stands straight up, so you get 98% of your bed. It's carpet underneath to help dissipate the heat, and nice low profile aluminum panels. Now, you buy it from Amazon or Real Truck, it's a 5-year warranty. You buy it from us, it's a 10-year warranty. So that's the great deal. And the best part of it's $150 off. That brings the cover down, American-made cover for $9.99. A lot of the covers right now that are being sold, and we have a few of them. I'm not knocking, import covers, but they're $6.99, $5.99, and we can do that also. But if you really want a great quality cover, the Undercover Ultraflex, and the nice thing about it, you don't have to wait. We stock 90% of all the Ultraflex. So, if you need to go on a trip, or you're going to go here, there, wherever, we have it in stock.
So you have it in stock. So it's cheaper. Then you can buy it online.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It says right here on the page, free installation.
If you do what? You got to
say the Blitz.
The Blitz.
The Blitz.
The Blitz.
The Blitz.
Which is another what in savings?
$100.
Another.
So you get a American-made cover for $9.99, and that's a fantastic deal. Just say the Blitz, and you'll get that. You'll save that $100.
Yeah, everybody needs to write that down. The Blitz. And then when you come out here, you just say the Blitz, and they'll take care of you.
I thought about changing it to a carne asada.
That would be good.
Either one works.
Either one,
Just
right?
if you're talking to Frank, you're going to get there. And lots of comments on our YouTube about Rita's. Fred says favorite old school restaurant. Raul says, I'm there every weekend. The menudo is fire.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people.
I noticed when we were there was, 2 or 3 people that came up to you and said hello?
So there was a big table of people sitting behind us. And I guess one dude was from Freer. And Freer is about 30 miles from Alice, where I grew up.
Oh, there you go.
So
I didn't know that.
But yeah, so there were 2 or 3, and they said they listened to the show.
Yeah, and then there was the one guy that came over to tell us the Wemby news.
Yes.
He heard you.
Oh, yeah. I just saw no suspension, man. You're good. Yep.
Yeah.
So he told you about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we already
You
knew.
already knew,
but,
right?
We knew, but it was just cool.
Yeah.
Heard the
What
comment.
happens on our YouTube page, too? Guys will break news to us that we've been talking about for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But that's good.
Well, they want to make sure we know.
Well, that's it.
Yeah,
and we
that's what
appreciate
it
that.
is.
We appreciate
Kind of
that.
like we want them to know that this is the place to come if you got a truck or a Jeep and you
There you
need
go.
stuff. Because more than just your truck bed covers. I mean, you've got all kinds of stuff on sale.
WeatherTech floor mats.
Okay.
WeatherTech floor mats. Husky liner floor mats. Toolboxes. Right now, we've got over 400 or 500 toolboxes in stock, and we're, for a full-size truck, they're new scratch and dent, but we can save you, in most cases, anywhere from $100 to $300.
Wow.
Depending on what brand it is, starting at $199.
Oh, wow.
So please come in. Lots of toolboxes. And then your favorite, the pack racks or the rat pack.
Yes. That's
Yes. Yes. He's old enough to remember that.
Yes.
The rat pack. Yes.
Uh-huh.
But I was telling people earlier in the show that, Frank, I mean, this is one of those places you come in and it's kind of like you just can look around at all the cool stuff that you have in here. I mean, really.
You bet.
And it's needed.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's needed. Gonna go elbow one of those guys.
Yes.
who are you gonna elbow in the neck?
Yeah.
Who's playing the part of Nas Reed today?
The old Mexican.
The old Mexican, right?
You gonna take him out?
Some people when they come in, it says, "Well, I'm here for a gentleman that he's he told me on the phone. It's okay to say it. It's James, the old Mexican. Okay,
it's on his business card.
Yeah, it is on his business card. Yes,
correct. We're okay. We love everybody. If you come in with purple hair, we love that. I love that, to be honest with you. So it's not.
When are you going to go with purple hair?
I'm thinking about it.
All right.
That was one of the questions y'all had from me, how old I was. I got to be honest with you. I try to keep up with that, but
you
lost
forgot.
track.
You forgot.
See, I was impressed with Frank. He's still got a full head of hair going.
I know you're jealous too.
Well, a little bit.
Well, no, but it's not the same color as Joe's.
No, but we're I don't care
You're
what color it is.
distinguished. I mean, you run a business, and I know your daughter. I'm surprised. It not only is it gray that you have some left.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, great.
Well, it's a great place to come on out. Memorial
We'd love to
Day
have you.
and for Father's Day. Some great specials going on.
Thank you so very much for coming out.
And thanks for lunch today.
Yeah, thank you for
Yeah,
lunch. Appreciate that.
We're going to do it again.
Hey, the carne
Absolutely.
asada was some of the best I've had.
That's
It was
right.
good. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep, Frank Montoya from NAW Northwest Automotive Warehouse here on Calabria Road.
All right, we're going to talk more Spurs basketball. Let's
Yeah,
do
we are.
that. We've also got a leak, if you will, on some of the schedule release, which is scheduled
Planned leak.
coming out. Yes,
A
of course.
scheduled leak.
Which is coming out on Thursday officially, but we're going to get leaks every day this week. But this one involves the Dallas Cowboys. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more as we are live here at NAW Calabria Road. Come on out and see us. You just heard all the great specials. If you're thinking about it, don't put it off. Come do it. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You start thinking ahead. Game 5 tomorrow night. If you're not going to the game, the next place for you to go is the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. No better place to go watch any big game, especially the Spurs in the playoffs, than there at the Roo. We were there Friday night for that game. It was incredible. The atmosphere, it is so much fun with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs everywhere, not a bad seat in the house, and the food there is fantastic. The fried shrimp is one of my favorites there. They have the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu. Their hot dogs. Ryan got the corn dog bites, which are also incredible. The onion rings, the appetizers, I'm told the salads are great. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when needing a late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game, especially tomorrow night's Game 5. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Game 5 in San Antonio tonight. Can the Spurs take back control over the Wolves?
The rest of the NBA does continue. Do we have a sweep? We'll look there. The NFL continues. Oh, and some lottery ramifications as well. Hey, the party's going to be fun. You better get here early. It starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
When it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years and successfully represented thousands of injured Texans. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
Kohl's has styles that make summer feel easy, even when faced with hard decisions like lounging at the pool or on the patio, grilling up a hamburger or hot dog, rolling down the windows or turning up the AC. Yeah, summer is full of tough choices. With 15% off outfits your family will love, getting dressed isn't one of them. Shop effortless looks at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends May 17th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds. You can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Get a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The Morning Huddle.
I told my wife whenever I get cremated, make sure you tell the guy, oh, he had gout.
Yeah, he's yeah, there's going to be some stuff left over.
So really, you got to turn the heat up just a little bit more. He's carried a lot of grease, a lot of gout. So.
I like to imagine
it's going to be like an out of control grease fire. You're not going to be able to put it out.
I like to imagine that the alcohol in me is going to help burn all the extra grease.
It burns
and
a blue flame. Hey, this one smells like a 17-year-old's ashtray. He smells like weed.
No, it smells like bourbon in here.
It smells like bourbon and weed.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, a lot of hitting going on last night. Minnesota, San Antonio, series all tied up. 2 games apiece. Game 5 is tomorrow night back here in San Antonio inside the Frost Bank Center. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix, and we are live at Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Calabria Road.
Are you mad at Wemby for getting ejected last night, potentially costing the Spurs Game 4? That is our poll question on YouTube. Right now, 64% say no. You're not mad at Wemby. Go vote in the poll already, 176 votes. And look, I get it. He's Wemby. He can do no wrong in San Antonio. I voted yes. I can be mad at Wemby for losing his cool and getting ejected. I can be mad at him and still love him.
It's like your kid.
They got under his skin, and he got ejected. He lost his for a moment. He lost his cool, and it cost him. And the Spurs still had a chance to win that game. And that's what really pisses me off is Spurs played like dog crap in Game 1 and still took the shot at the buzzer that would have won it. They had a lead in the fourth quarter last night. and they blew it. This series could be over.
Could be.
It's tied 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing with fire.
Yeah,
now, the Spurs are still the better team.
No, there's no doubt, but you're letting Minnesota hang around, and that's the problem. And a lot of times when you do that, it can jump up and bite you in the butt. Look, Spurs have a chance to really take control of this series with a Game 5 win tomorrow inside the Frostbank Center. They will have to go back to Minnesota for a Game 6. But I certainly, even though I love Game 7s in this situation, would not like to see a Game 7 in this series.
I'm with you. And again, before the series started, I said 6. And that's still very much in play. But the fact that, I don't want this series to be one of those, but what if? And it has the makings because Anthony Edwards is so damn good. And by himself, seemingly last night, he put that team on his back and got them to win in the fourth quarter. Somebody asked on YouTube, and you guys can always comment on YouTube. You can tweet at Joe Reinigo 210, tweet at me at Jason Minix, or the old-fashioned way, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. What about when Ant made that 3 and then patted Mitch Johnson on the belly?
Yeah, I think that's funny. I'd love to know what he said there. I couldn't read his lips, and I tried to look at it, and they even showed a replay of it last night. But it's like, and Mitch obviously just ignored him. But Ant's a talker.
Uh-huh.
And I know that I think it was game, 1 or 2 when he made a 3-point shot, and he looked at the Spurs bench and said, "I'm back." And that you could tell. But with the Mitch Johnson thing, I'm not sure exactly what he was saying. But Ant's a talker.
Unplug it, maybe.
Yeah, he talked. We're talking about Ant?
Yeah, that's what he said to Mitch.
Oh, unplug it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, all right.
That's
all
what it was,
yeah.
huh? Relax. It's interesting. Fred says, not mad at Wemby's elbow. What I get mad is when Wemby takes ill-timed 3-point shots when he can get easier shots closer to the basket. I think all of us have that same kind of anger, especially when they lose or he doesn't make them. When he makes them, it's fine. But some of the shot selections, especially De'Aaron Fox, late in the game. And, well, we could spend 4 hours talking about an elbow. Well, let's talk about the guard play that we saw last night, the good, the bad, and the ugly. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Harper, my goodness. But De'Aaron Fox, and let's go back to when Mitch Johnson said, I didn't have to challenge him. I just reminded him he can take over from the beginning of the game, not wait till there's 5 minutes left. Which still bothers me that Mitch would say that about a star player. But we see that from him. And then some of the shots that he was taking last night in the fourth quarter was frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, shot selection is what it is for a lot of these guys. And when they don't make them, you're always mad at them. But he took 1-3 from, St. Paul. And it wasn't even close. And it felt like that wasn't needed at the time.
No, it wasn't. And I think the Spurs do that sometimes. They fall in love with that shot. And sometimes, as we saw in Game 3, they make 16 3-point buckets. And was it Game 2? They run together. One of those games where they were hot from the outside. When they're doing that, they're unbeatable. There's nobody who can beat them, and you could probably say that about any of the teams in the playoffs. You're going to make 16 3-point buckets. You're going to win the game most of the time. But when they're not hitting them like they weren't last night, I think it was Champagnie, and you could tell early he didn't have his shot. He missed 3 in a row, and he just couldn't, and it didn't even seem like they were close. And so he just didn't have a shot last night, but nobody did. I mean, the Spurs did not shoot well from the 3-point stripe. They only made 6 of them last night out of 26 attempts. And just think about that. 6 3-pointers out of 26 attempts. You look at what could have been, what should have been. 3 more of those, and you're talking about a 3-1 lead for the Spurs.
You led by 8 in the fourth quarter, and you lost. And at one point in that fourth quarter, you were down 7 after having an 8-point lead. Star players in crunch time show up. Anthony Edwards had 16 points in the fourth quarter. De'Aaron Fox had 7 on 3 of 9 shooting. Steph Castle, had 1 point. He was 0 for 3 in the fourth quarter, 0 for 2 from 3-point range. And the Spurs only made 6 3-pointers for the game. 2 of those did come in the fourth quarter. But when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, do you look at coaching, little star player, combination of both? But it kind of feels like it's becoming a little bit more of a habit with them blowing or allowing big runs in the fourth quarter. We saw some of that in the Portland series. At some point, put those guys away. And last night, now granted, Wemby missing is a big reason why Anthony Edwards was able to get 16 points in the fourth quarter, because he just attacked the rim because there was nothing they could do. And at that point, Luke Cornett was completely out of gas. He was running on fumes, and give him credit. I mean, dude played his ass off. And he's certainly no Wemby. The door was open for Anthony Edwards, and he took full advantage of the Spurs last night.
He did, and that's what stars do, though. I mean, he said, get on my back, and we're going to win this game. And that's exactly what he did last night. And look, Anthony Edwards, no matter what you think about the Timberwolves, he's a hell of a player. He is a superstar in this league. And without Wemby on the floor, he is able to do more things than he could with Wemby on the floor, obviously. And so that's why Wemby has to stay on the floor. He's got to stay out of foul trouble, and he's got to avoid stupid things like the elbow from last night. And look, I fully expect Wemby, no matter what happens tomorrow night, how the officials call the game, and there's a good chance they may call it a little tighter. We may have a foul fest tomorrow inside the Frost Bank Center. That is altogether possible. But he's got to keep his cool. He's got to keep his composure. And I propose, Mitch Johnson said earlier in the show, we heard him say it, or after the game last night, that, we've told him how to do things. And I think he needs to become animated. I mean, it seems to work for star players around the league. And Wemby doesn't do it. Get animated. And if somebody touches you or is grabbing your arm, then flail around. Do something. I know I hate that. And I know a lot of basketball fans hate that. But if you got to try something, if you're not getting foul calls and you feel like these guys are hacking you to pieces, then why not? What have you got to lose?
Are you calling for the French flopper?
Yes.
Man, Mitch after the game talking about Wemby's ejection.
It's getting to a point that if the people that are in charge of controlling the game and protecting the physicality of the game don't do that, then at some point he's going to have to protect himself. We've been asking him to do that now for a while. So that call, I'm glad Naz Reid was okay and sounded like the call was warranted. But in terms of the game plan of every single team we face since that young man's been in the league, and the physicality that people try to impose on him and the lack of protection is really disappointing. And at some level, it's starting to get actually disgusting, just in terms of when he tries to fight through things and be professional and mature and deal with some of that stuff. I'm glad he took matters into his own hands. Again, not in terms of hitting Naz Reid, but let me be very clear about that. I'm glad Naz Reid was okay, and I didn't want him to elbow him, but he's going to have to protect himself if they're not. And I think it's disgusting.
Well, I'm not sure then, other than an elbow, how do you protect yourself? I mean, what are you talking about? And now, does Wemby shove Naz Reid out of the way? Or I'm not sure. Look, I think Wemby can handle himself, and I think we're making too big a deal out of this. And I know that Spurs fans have been complaining about foul calls since the playoffs began.
Sure.
And the foul calls on Wemby. But that is the game plan for Wemby. There is no other way to stop that guy other than trying to get physical with him and bang him around a little bit. Other than that, you can't do anything unless he's going to be called from the three-point line and not make anything. And then that's on him. But look, they're going to continue. It's not going to stop. And whether that's throughout this series or when they get to Oklahoma City, they're all going to do the same thing, because that's the book on Wemby. You got to get physical with him. And now that they know, and I'm talking Minnesota at this point in time, and even Oklahoma City, who I mean, this is the talk across the country right now. Even Oklahoma City seeing this, that, hey, we can get in Wemby's head. It is possible to get into his head.
Rudy Gobert was asked last night if their physical play is frustrating Vic.
Ask him. I think it's a very physical series for everybody. They've been very physical with us, and we are being very physical with them. That's playoff basketball.
Rudy's not wrong.
No, he's not.
No, might not go over well in San Antonio, but Rudy is not wrong. And we don't have to ask Vic. His actions last night showed that physical play got under his skin and he lost his cool, even for a brief moment, and that got him kicked out of the game. And the Spurs ended up losing. The series is now tied at 2-2.
And you have to believe if Wemby's in the game, they don't lose that game.
No.
I just believe that they don't. So are you mad at Wemby for getting thrown out of the game and perhaps costing the Spurs an opportunity to go up 3-1, coming back here with an opportunity? We could be talking about a closeout game inside the Frostbank Center tomorrow night, but instead we're talking about a big Game 5 that, the team that wins that game typically goes on to win the series. That's what the odds say. So a big one for sure, no question about that. Wemby will play, though. No suspensions from the NBA because of last night's ejection by Victor Wembanyama. We're live at NAW Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Calabar Road out here. A lot of great specials going on. Memorial Day specials, Father's Day specials, all of those kinds of things. Look, if you need a truck cover or a toolbox or whatever the case may be, something for your truck, there's no better place to come than right here, NAW on Calabar Road. When we come back, let's talk a little Cowboys football, Jason, because there was a leak today.
Yeah.
We'll get back to the Spurs as well because we're going to continue to talk Spurs the entire show. But the schedule release is coming out on Thursday. And interesting, some of the leaks that are starting to spill out. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you need your logo on any kind of gear, you need promotional items, you need to go see Sam over at Sammy's Embroidery and Printing there on San Pedro. You need that logo on a nice golf shirt, a fishing shirt, a dress shirt. Sam has all the big name brands, Nike, Travis Matthew, Adidas, Port Authority, Eddie Bauer, North Face, even now carries a full line of Tommy Bahama. You need T-shirts, screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need caps, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And, of course, he has all the popular cap brands in stock, including the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Nike, Katie caps, Cap America, to name a few. He has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. And if you are running a business, Sam does so much more than just uniforms. His new sign shop can do signs, banners, flags, car magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, and so much more. Nobody has better pricing. Sam is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too big, no order too small. Call 210-824-3900 or get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, right there across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville. Your home for the NFL.
The Gomez Law Firm is one of the most trusted names in personal injury law across the state of Texas. We have Jose here with the Gomez Law Firm to share what makes working with your firm different than others in the area.
We pride ourselves as being an open line of communications. We don't have an automated service. You're not going to ever dial our phone number and get some robot on the other line. You're always going to get a person 24/7. Our principal office is here in San Antonio. Mr. Gomez was born and raised here, practicing law here in San Antonio in his community for 50 years. There are not many attorneys that can say that.
Thank you to the Gomez Law Firm for continuing to fight for our community. The Gomez Law Firm is San Antonio.
If you've been injured, if you've been involved in an accident, you've been involved in a car wreck, call the Gomez Law Firm.
Visit joegomezlaw.com. That's joegomezlaw.com for one of the most trusted names in personal injury.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavor's big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
I've taken up candle making. Nigel, the whole office smells like wet dog and gym socks. My nose is highly refined. Folks, if your home smells a little off, it might be your AC. Portamoon's Breathe Easy package pulls and deep cleans your blower motor, blower wheel, and housing, cleans your coil in place, disinfects the inside of your AC cabinet, and installs a UV light to help zap bacteria and other nasties hiding in your unit. All for just $6.95.
Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899. License number TACL 8141074E M16004.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Kohl's has styles that make summer feel easy, even when faced with hard decisions like lounging at the pool or on the patio, grilling up a hamburger or hot dog, rolling down the windows or turning up the AC. Yeah, summer is full of tough choices. With 15% off outfits your family will love, getting dressed isn't one of them. Shop effortless looks at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends May 17th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills. Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, in case you haven't heard yet, the NBA has announced that Victor Wembanyama will face no further suspension or fine. He will play in Game 5 against the Timberwolves tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, back inside the Frost Bank Center. We've got playoff basketball tonight. Cavaliers try to even up their series with the Pistons. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock. We'll be on NBC and Peacock. That'll be followed up by the Thunder looking to finish off the Lakers with tip-off set for 9:30 on Prime Video.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Live at Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Calabria Road. Come on out and see us. You still got time. We're just halfway done with this brilliant show. Reaction Monday on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and plenty to react to when it comes to the San Antonio Spurs.
Yep, series now tied 2-2 after last night's loss. A game in which Wemby was ejected. Played 12 whole minutes before an elbow to the neck of Naz Reid sent Wemby to the locker room. Mike Finger with an interesting column today with some details about what happened.
Okay.
So apparently the training room doesn't have a TV. So they took Wemby's extra long customized massage bed into the locker room, set it up in the middle by a flat screen TV so he could get his post-game routine done while watching TV, and then whatever staffers were in there, were watching and cheering along. Apparently, no popcorn, but he stayed engaged with it because he was in the locker room, not on the floor. Are you mad at Wemby for losing his cool last night and getting ejected? That is our poll question. Right now, 65% say no, 190 votes. You can go vote. Go to YouTube and search out San Antonio Sports Star, or go straight to sasportstar.com and click on over. Get in there and vote. And obviously, the comments there are entertaining, light reading on a Monday afternoon.
No doubt. A lot of interesting comments. We've got, obviously, most of the people in favor of Wemby and saying it's all right. They're not mad at him, but there are some on there that are disagreeing with those folks. And so it is interesting reading for sure. Going up there, we've got 190 votes. I think we need like 250, 300 before the show's over.
It's possible. Go vote. And I will tell you, I voted yes. I'm mad at Wemby. Wemby is the star player. He can't do something to get himself ejected, and he did. He lost his cool. A guy that is known for keeping his composure. He doesn't apologize for being an emotional guy. But last night he lost his cool, and that cost the team. And obviously it was the buildup over 3 games of just all the crap that he has taken. But as soon as it happened, it was obvious he was going to get ejected. I mean, the NBA rules, they don't know what traveling is anymore.
No, they don't.
But except for a few straight homers that were like, no, that shouldn't have been ejected. That's as clear and as easy of a call to make. Live, but one replay. Oh, yeah. Wind up above the shoulders. That's an automatic flagrant 2. You're going to the locker room.
And look, I really don't want to hear this. Well, they're hanging all over. What is he supposed to do? It was justified. I even heard one guy, Naz Reid, had it coming.
Well,
and it's like,
and all that could be true.
Well, it could
but you
be.
Still can't do that.
Yeah, but that's it. And again, so in that, whether Naz Reid had it coming or not, whether Naz Reid lost, a few chiclets, doesn't matter. Guess who won that scrub? Minnesota. They won as soon as Wemby threw that elbow. Minnesota wins. That's it. And they go on and win the game and tie the series. So that's why Wemby has got to, I don't care how tough you think he is or how justified you think he is. It cost them an opportunity to win that game, because I believe, as well as everybody else played, if Wemby's in the game, the Spurs are coming back here with a 3-1 lead with an opportunity to close it out tomorrow night. He cannot lose his cool. I don't care who's hanging on him, who's grabbing his shirt, who's grabbing him by the crotch, who's doing what. It doesn't matter. He can't do that again.
And he'll learn from it.
Well, I hope so.
And we haven't seen that before. Quite honestly, I with the exception of throwing the elbow, seeing him angry, pissed off Wemby is pretty entertaining. But you can't get ejected. Now, the fact that he didn't know he was getting ejected,
that was weird.
That was kind of odd, because his basketball IQ is off the charts. But when you're not used to getting in trouble, I guess, what does that mean? I'm out? Me? Crap. But in reality, I want that anger. I want that anger, kind of like what we saw in Portland when he was told he couldn't play and he played pissed off. A pissed off Wemby is pretty damn good, and I imagine we're going to see that tomorrow night. Game starts at 7:00 tomorrow.
Only playoff game tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's no Eastern Conference playoff games anymore. There is, and they play tonight, but they obviously won't play tomorrow.
Yeah. So no doubleheader tomorrow.
It's 7:00 tip off from the Frost Bank Center, and it's look. I just don't see this. I just don't see Minnesota doing what they're doing until the officials make them stop. And even if they do, I think they see blood in the water when it comes to Wemby, and I believe they think they can get in his head. And again, and Oscar says Wemby going for 50 tomorrow. That could very well be true. Look, the game was a game 3 that he goes off for 36. I think it was 39. Look, they were doing the same thing to him that night, and he made them pay by kicking their ass and scoring points. And so that's what he's got to do. That is exactly what he's got to do. So I just, what happened last night to me is indefensible. There is no defense for it. He can't do that. And he's fortunate that he's going to be able to suit up in Game 5 tomorrow night.
Yeah, no suspension, no additional fines. I'm a little surprised that there wasn't at least a fine to go with it, because you just can't do that. And the idea, and this is listening to some of the debate shows today and seeing stuff on social media, because it happened early in the game, that might have played a factor.
Sure.
You could argue he already served his suspension. But he could have seriously hurt Naz Reid. Had Naz Reid been seriously hurt, there could have been a suspension. But since Naz Reid was fine and continued to play, and he missed, 3 quarters basically, the NBA said nothing to see here. And he has no history. First offense.
First offense, and fortunately he's there, and I'm happy about that. And look, I don't know, Minnesota fans might think differently, and I'm sure that they do. I'm sure they're pissed off at today's ruling, as happy as Spurs fans are that it went the way that it did.
All of us are trying to learn and determine and describe and define intent.
Well, they had I can't remember, was it on the broadcast or somewhere, they had the Minnesota call of the elbow. And it was so different than Smiling Dan's description of the elbow. And so it was funny to listen to the 2 radio broadcasts of that specific thing. And obviously Minnesota, their radio broadcast was celebrating the fact that Wemby was out.
Well, of course.
And sure. But again, he lost his cool, can't do that anymore. He's got to know better, and he's got to control himself. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. That is for sure. We're live at NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse here on Calabar Road, where the specials are galore. $150 off of Ultraflex truck bed covers. Plus, you get, if you mention this great phrase, the Blitz, you get your installation for free.
It's another $100.
That's a hell of a deal, is it not? Dad would really like that. If he's got a truck, no cover, been thinking about a cover, come on down here to NAW and get old Pops a truck bed cover.
Old Pops.
Old Pops. Absolutely. Do that. This is the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get into the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains, conveniently located in the Courier with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, they have everything you need to treat your injury, but no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for Window Nation. May's weather is pretty nice, but those hot summer days are going to be here soon. Don't wait until the heat hits to try to avoid high energy bills. Upgrade your home's windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine replacing all your windows with new energy-efficient ones and getting half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down and no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Individual results may vary.
Right now, I have 24 different units. I think that's 15 separate properties. I trust Ownwell with all my properties. I trust them to fight for me with the appraisal district as best they can. And they've done a very good job. Ownwell is making my life more efficient, making me a better landlord. Using Ownwell, I've saved on average about $10,000 a year. That's a lot of money.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be reduced. Ownwell combines savvy technology and deep local expertise to save real estate owners real money. Want to see how much Ownwell can save you on your property taxes? Just enter an address and see your tax savings estimate. See how much you can save with Ownwell right now. But hurry, deadlines to file end this week. Text SAVE to 64,000. Text SAVE to 64,000. That's SAVE to 64,000.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
She was the sister who went unnoticed.
A daffodil might look plain next to a lily, but on its own there is much to be admired.
Now her greatest chapter is yet to come.
The most important thing is to be yourself.
From the world of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice comes a new BritBox original drama,
Mary, you will flourish.
Based on the best-selling novel, The Other Bennett Sister, now streaming only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Game 5 in San Antonio tonight. Can the Spurs take back control over the Wolves?
The rest of the NBA does continue. Do we have a sweep? We'll look there. The NFL continues. Oh, and some lottery ramifications as well. Hey, the party's going to be fun. You better get here early. It starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.
Oh, man. If you haven't checked out our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, go to sasportstar.com and go there in the comments. Joshua said he's mad at Wemby because he didn't go far enough. He said after he knocked down Reed, he should have taken care of the dude that was holding him.
Well, so if you're if you're going to get ejected, get your money's worth.
Yeah, you might as well, right? I mean, that's funny.
That's Josh Jimenez, the big Houston Texans fan.
Yeah. Big Houston Texans fan.
I mean, to a degree, if you're going down that route. I remember I was at a game with my daughter years and years ago. And they were the Texans were playing the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, wow.
And a well-mannered, very quiet wide receiver just started beating the crap out of Cortland Finnegan of the Tennessee Titans, right? It was incredible.
Cortland Finnegan got under a lot of people's skin.
He did. And you wouldn't expect that from a mild-mannered wide receiver from the University of Miami. But it happened. It kind of feels a little bit like last night, right? I mean, they got under his skin. And I think Josh wanted, if you're going to get ejected, might as well beat the crap out of him.
Well, the problem is, had he done that, he probably wouldn't be playing tomorrow night. So the fact that I don't think, and to me, that's not worth it. So I want him out on the floor tomorrow. Look, the NBA wants him out on the floor tomorrow. And somebody brought up something pretty interesting Jason, if Minnesota were to go on and win this series, would the Western Conference Finals be a sweep? Would it be a quick out for the Minnesota Timberwolves?
I don't even want to. I have given that zero thought.
Well, I mean, it was brought up today because somebody that I saw it was like, the NBA certainly does not want. I don't think they want a Spurs OKC Western Conference Finals. I think most fans want a Spurs, and I'm talking if you're not even fans of OKC or San Antonio, you want to see a Spurs Thunder Western Conference Finals series. And so I think that was the gist and the thought process that if it's Minnesota, there's just not going to be that much hype around it.
Although Minnesota's been there for the last 2 years in the Western Conference Finals.
They have.
And the league is going to just be thrilled that the Knicks are in the Eastern Conference Finals and looking like a team that will make it to the NBA Finals. But I'm more worried about just Game 5 and what we saw last night, Game 4. You want to sound off. A lot of people have opinions on what happened last night and how the Spurs responded. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You can vote in our YouTube poll. You can also comment there. And while Pledge gets some phone calls ready to go, real quick, we'll get back to the Spurs in a moment. The NFL schedule comes out on Thursday, officially. And we've been teasing this for an hour. The Cowboys, if you haven't heard, will open up the season on Sunday Night Football. That's one of those planned, staged leak things coming from the teams. So Cowboys, Giants on Sunday Night Football. Almost feels like an annual tradition, doesn't it?
It really
on
does.
the road.
Yes.
On the road. And also getting leaked out, the Eagles on Thanksgiving Day for the Dallas Cowboys.
I guess that's good. I like to see the Cowboys play somebody different on Thanksgiving Day. Not a division rivalry. That'll be a great game. Cowboys pretty successful most of the time on Thanksgiving Day. I don't know. I like it when they play different, teams that they don't play all the time on Thanksgiving Day. I like to see they played Kansas City last year. Kicked their butts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. So, but hey, that's what it is. So we'll look forward to that. Could be a huge game that time of year for sure.
Well, and again, even starting with a division game, even though it is the Eagles, is almost becoming starting on the road is certainly becoming one of the things for the Dallas Cowboys. And then you look at, all right, I mean, we know they're going to have a tough schedule. You get a NFC East matchup to start things out. It will be the fourth year in a row that the Cowboys will start on the road. Remember, week 3, we already know they're going to Brazil. Yep. So I got to assume the Cowboys' home opener is going to be week 2. They're not going to play 2 road games and then go to Brazil.
Well, that's a home game for them, Brazil. I'm just saying.
I mean, technically, but it's Brazil.
Well, I get it. And so most likely they'll be at Jerry World, I would think, week 2. But Jerry gave up a home game to head to Brazil.
Well, with 17 games, he's still getting 8 inside of his building.
Saying that's unusual for Jerry, though.
It'll be the 9th time since 2006 the Cowboys have opened against the Giants, 3rd time at MetLife Stadium. Cowboys, by the way, 7-1 in those games. The only time they lost was Dak's rookie year in 2016.
Interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what the Giants look like with John Harbaugh now as head coach. They'll get, Scatterboo should be healthy and ready to go, I think. Neighbors should be ready to go, I think.
You think?
They drafted that offensive lineman instead of going with Caleb Downs, so we'll see how he does. I don't know. I expect the Giants to be a little bit better. How much better remains to be seen.
I don't know, but the NFL can just we're putting our schedule out and it becomes events, and then
it's crazy.
Then these leaks, and then the question, and money is on the Chargers. Who makes fun of Vrabel and Diana Rossini? And by the way, there are photos of Diana Rossini and her husband from yesterday on Mother's Day, and they kissed.
They kissed.
Yes. Just for you to.
Are we going to have a reunion there? I don't know. I'm still.
He's trying to work things out.
I'm still. If I'm her husband, I'm getting that DNA test.
Oh, there's no doubt.
I mean, it's just,
little Mikey is now junior.
Is this me or is that Mike? As in Vrabel. So I don't know. We'll see. I thought that was an interesting picture, though, that we saw. I don't know.
They're working on it.
Hey, well, I hope so. I hope they are. I hope, Vrabel's trying to work it out with his wife as well. I'm looking at an old video here of Karl Malone smacking David Robinson in the head with his elbow.
Yeah.
This has got to be back, early 2000s, late 90s?
Late 90s, like I want to say, because, I mean, he knocked Dave just completely out.
Now, I don't remember what he got for that. Do you?
Yeah, play on, man. It's playoff basketball. It's old school.
Well, it very well could have been, and Big Dave got up, although he looked like he was out for a minute.
Yeah.
Big Dave, he just whacked him with that elbow, just bam. But the mailman did that a lot. He was one of those guys that was just part of the evil empire back in those days with the Utah Jazz.
Well, playoff basketball is different, and Wemby is certainly finding that out. Now, Dominic Cerna just tweets in at Joe Reinagle 2-0, at Jason Minix. I get it every time someone says playoff basketball, but where is that playoff basketball when OKC plays and does this ballerina dance and gets these calls so quickly? SGA. And we've got plenty of time to talk about and then plan on we could put it in the show rundowns for a couple weeks from now, bitch about the calls that SGA gets. But that's a part of his game. And he does get the calls. And he is a superstar. He's the MVP. He's going to get those calls, and they're calls. They're legit. He's going to the line 12, 15, 16, 18 times a game. That's a part of his game, and that is a skill. But he gets those calls. Wemby doesn't get those calls yet. Wemby is trying to get those calls, and maybe with what happened last night in Game 5 and in Game 6 on Friday night in Minnesota, the refs might be a little bit more, willing to blow the whistle when Wemby is getting mugged, when they're holding onto his arm or the jersey, or his Spur fan 31 tweets the photo when they're just running and he gets pushed from behind and Wemby slides across the floor in San Antonio. Maybe those calls will start to come as a byproduct of what we saw last night.
Well, we'll see. I kind of doubt it. And I think what Wemby needs to do is play the SGA card. You start flopping around, and I hate saying that, but it works for SGA. It works for some of the other superstars in the NBA. And why not? If Wemby's got to draw attention to that and make it obvious, because we can see it and we're privy to replays. I don't know where those officials are or what they're looking at, who they're looking at, and maybe they see it and they're just not calling it. That is a possibility too. But I think Wemby needs to start drawing attention to some of these things. And if he's got to flail his arms or flop or whatever he's got to do, and I think that will change things. I honestly believe that it will, because it seems to work for everybody else.
Well, and Redbird's Junkie on our YouTube page says Castle's getting fed up too. He's had like 3 altercations because of this. So it certainly does. It's a playoff series. It's getting chippy. We know it's going to get chippy. That's playoff basketball. And that is what this young Spurs team is learning. Last night, the inexperience, the youth, whatever you want to call it, got the best of Vic. The Timberwolves got under his skin. Vic reacted, and he got ejected from the game.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. He just that brief split second that he lost his cool, and maybe it was just an instinct. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way to give him the benefit of the doubt, but there's really no justification as far as I'm concerned for what he did. Again, foul. He needs to become a little bit more of a bruiser, if you will. When Gobert gets the ball, hack him. I'm not saying foul out, but play physical basketball. And I think Wemby's done that more so this year than he has the first 2 years he was here. But he's got to play the game. He has to. And that goes for Castle too. That goes for everybody else on this Spurs team. That's part of learning the game, learning what you can get away with and what the officials will allow.
All right. Now, what the officials will allow. And that's the question mark. Minnesota is testing what the officials will allow. Eloy on YouTube says there's a difference between chippy and borderline dirty play not being called. I don't know that I would call anything that I've seen, and I say anything, getting pushed from behind, that's dirty. But let's go back. They're doing it against our guy. Bruce Bowen, around the league, was known as a dirty player.
He was.
I used to say he's not dirty, he's crafty.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's not called, it's fine. And these guys understand that. And, you know, depending on what city you go to, Bruce Bowen had that reputation. Is he dirty? Is he crafty? If it's not getting called, is it dirty? There is a skill. And we celebrated Bruce Bowen. Hell, his jersey is in the rafters, right? I mean, let's be honest. When they're wearing your favorite team's jersey, in this case the Spurs, for Bruce Bowen, it ain't dirty, crafty. Plays for the other team, well, that's dirty as hell. That guy should be in jail.
Absolutely. If Bruce Bowen played for anybody else against the Spurs, he would have been the dirtiest player in the NBA.
Yeah.
But that's the way it works with everybody. So, look, Bruce Bowen was just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Defensively. He was just a complete pain in the ass. And he got under people's skin.
Mm-hmm.
He was a genius at getting under people's skin and causing them to do stupid things the way Wemby did last night.
And I will say, I think Steph Castle is learning that craftiness of being a really solid defender that can get under the skin of the opponents and certainly not afraid to back down. And you think about the future. I know we're stuck in the moment right now, and I'm fine keeping my feet right where they are right now, series tied 2-2. But this team is so far ahead of schedule. And you look at what Dylan Harper is doing, and you look at what Steph Castle is doing, my goodness. And last night, without Wemby, they damn near pulled off that win.
It was great. I mean, Dylan Harper is turning into a star before our very eyes, just showing off the moves that he can do and the things that he can do, and he's only going to get better. You got to remember, this Spurs team is young. They are young. At least the core of this Spurs team is extremely young. They're going to be good and in playoff contention, championship contention between now and the next 10 years, easy. If they keep everybody together. And so I think it's great. It'd be nice if it was started this year. We'll see what happens in this series, see what happens in the next. But this team is learning a valuable lesson through this playoff run. And if they make it all the way through, that's great. If they don't, they're going to be that much better for it come next year.
And one of the comments, although I hope tongue-in-cheek, Naz Reid is dirty. Trying to hurt Wemby's elbow last night. Anybody check on it? Is the elbow okay? Is the elbow okay?
I don't know. He did rub it.
Yeah.
Remember? I mean, before he got tossed.
Is the elbow? I mean, maybe we should change the poll question. Should we be mad at Naz Reid for trying to hurt Wemby's elbow?
Because his head was too hard?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe so.
I don't know. Are you mad at Wemby? That is the poll question for getting ejected last night. Well over 200 votes right now. 65% of you not mad at Vic.
35%, though, say yes. They're mad at him. But, again, you can be mad at Wemby and still madly in love with the dude and what he's doing here in San Antonio. And I think for me, that's the way it goes. And I won't speak for you, Jason, but I think you feel the same way.
Yep.
And so it's, look, he'll be better. He's back. No suspension for tomorrow night. That is fantastic. It's a big Game 5. Huge Game 5 for the San Antonio Spurs and for the Minnesota Timberwolves, for that matter. The odds say whoever wins Game 5 typically goes on to win the series. We'll see what happens tomorrow night inside the Frost Bank Center. Today, though, we're at Northwest Automotive Warehouse. Calabria Road is where we are, where they've got some deals for you. Memorial Day deals, Father's Day deals. Come on down and check them out. I'm telling you, you'll walk away here a very happy camper. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're always tired, exhausted, no energy, no drive, maybe it's time you head into Centergenics or Low T Center. 1 in 4 men has low testosterone. 80% of women experience hormonal imbalance. At Synergenics, you can book a free testosterone test to see if you qualify for TRT that is customized to your body by expert providers. New female patients pay just their insurance copay or a $99 flat fee for a full hormone evaluation. Synergenics and Low T Center are great at what they do. They've been highlighted for years for having the highest quality testosterone on the market. They only use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, and every treatment is tailored to you. At Synergenics and Low T Center, all providers are board certified. Experts in their field, not some random chatbot or provider that you'll never actually see. And they also have a variety of peptides to help with healing, muscle tone recovery, sleep, weight loss, even hair and skin quality. So put the spring back into your step. Head to the website, feelgreatlookgreat.com, and book that initial appointment today. Again, that website, feelgreatlookgreat.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If pain is slowing you down, you don't have to live with it. We target the source of your pain for fast, lasting relief. No pain pills, no surgery. Most patients notice results in just one visit. We accept most insurance plans, so getting help is easy. Don't wait. Visit Arasti.com today. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
To find the location nearest you, visit Arasti.com.
Hello.
I didn't make it into medical school, Dad.
Huh?
I didn't have an A in all my subjects, so I can't get in.
What do you mean, all these years I supported you, all the money I poured into your education, you don't get all A's? What was your bad subject? Chemistry, physiology, what?
No, Dad, spelling.
Spelling?
Yeah.
What, was it some funny microorganisms you couldn't spell or what?
No, Kinetico.
Kinetico?
Yeah.
You mean the water conditioner that uses no electricity? Are you kidding? Everybody knows how to spell Kinetico.
Not me.
Everybody knows Kinetico is the water conditioning company that revolutionized the water industry.
Sorry, Dad.
Everybody knows that Kinetico is spelled Kinetico.
I thought the instructor said Connecticut.
Oh, son, you should have remembered kinetic as in kinetic energy with an O on the end. Kinetico. Kinetico. Spell it Kinetico.
The last water softener you'll ever own. KineticoSA.com.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Chris Canty here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that your fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Spring is here, and in South Texas, that means storms, wind, rain, and hail. If you've been hit by a storm or think you have damage, now is the time to contact Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. Don't put your trust in an out-of-town storm chaser. Stevens Roofing is a family-owned, locally based company who will be here for years to come. The team at Stevens Roofing and Solar will give you peace of mind when the storms come rolling in. Call 210-785-0994 for Stevens Roofing.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits two. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddles, Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Happy Monday, everybody. We are reacting to what happened yesterday in Minnesota. Game 4, Spurs and Timberwolves. That series now all knotted at 2 games apiece, but obviously the big news there. Victor Wembanyama getting tossed early in the second quarter. He has survived. He will play in Game 5, and that is certainly the good news. We're live at Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Calabria Road. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and this is The Blitz.
And you want to react to what you saw last night, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You want to talk about the elbow, the ejection, quite frankly, how well all those guards played last night for the majority of the game without Vic and had a chance to win it. And then, of course, what went wrong in that fourth quarter where they had an 8-point lead in the fourth quarter and could not close the deal. The good, the bad, the ugly. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate that. You can always comment there and vote in the poll, which is simple. Are you mad at Wemby for getting ejected? 65% of you say no, you're not mad at Vic. He can do no wrong.
He walks on water.
I mean, I wouldn't surprise me if he did.
It wouldn't surprise me either, quite frankly.
I can be mad at Wemby and still love him. And I can be mad at Wemby and understand what he did last night. And you might even try to justify it. But you can't lose your cool the way he did and get yourself ejected from the game when you are the star player. You can't. I mean, you saw the way that game played. If he plays last night, Spurs are up 3-1, looking to close out Minnesota tomorrow night.
And which would have been a good thing if you're looking ahead a little bit, because I would assume that OKC wraps up their series with the Lakers tonight, sweeps them. We'll talk a little bit about that later, but what does that mean for LeBron James and his future with the Lakers? All of those things will be in play once OKC is done with the Lake Show. Spurs, at least 2 more games to play tomorrow night and then again on Friday in Minnesota for Game 6. So, and if there is a Game 7, it would be back here in San Antonio next Sunday.
So you think probably an afternoon game on Sunday?
I would assume so.
So if you're thinking, I want to go play golf this week at the Golf Club of Texas. Let's go Saturday or Sunday. You better book your tee time for Saturday.
Absolutely.
And if you got Sunday plans, you might want to adjust them now, since you won't know until Friday night if you're going to have those plans on Sunday.
Boy, that's true. So everything's kind of up in the air a little bit for your Sunday activities. That's one of those games, a Game 7 in the semifinals that I would assume NBC would carry that on a Sunday afternoon.
Or ABC.
Yeah, it could be.
And there's so many damn channels, I have no idea. As long as it's not on Peacock.
Well, who knows? It won't. Not a Game 7, will it?
No. They had the first game.
Yeah, I would hope.
I would assume either ABC and or NBC for Game 7.
I'm hoping that your Sunday is free and clear.
Oh, me too.
That's what I'm hoping, because we'll wrap this thing up Friday in Minnesota in Game 6. So that's the hope here. Got to take care of business tomorrow night first, though. And that's
at least on ESPN.com, they don't have a TV listed or a time. You could also have Cleveland and Detroit. So in a Game 7 on Sunday, May 17th. They've got Oklahoma City and Los Angeles on Saturday. They're not going to need that one.
No.
I mean, Oklahoma City is going to win by 30 tonight in what is possibly LeBron James' final game in a Laker uniform.
Which will be interesting to see what he does. Luka Doncic, I have not heard if he's going to play tonight. I kind of doubt it, although they keep floating that out there like there's a possibility that could happen. But even if he came back tonight, I mean, I can't imagine the Lakers rolling off 4 straight against Oklahoma City. So, but I think as a Spurs fan, you wouldn't mind seeing the Lakers win tonight just to extend that series at least one more.
For what? I mean, it's the Russ versus Russ debate. We bitched after the first round. We had too much time off, and it showed in game 1. If Oklahoma City has that much time off, I mean, I kind of go that route. Detroit and Cleveland, the 7:00 game tonight on NBC. Oklahoma City and the Lakers, 9:30 on Prime Video tonight. But the story today is all about Wemby. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Let's go to the phones. John, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, to your point about, Wemby shouldn't have done that, I agree. He usually keeps his cool better than that, but, man, in this series, in the last series, they've just been mugging him, pushing him around, knocking him down, and he's kept us cool thus far. It cost him the game maybe. I mean, we still had a chance to win, but I think he sent a message. I think he gained some respect. And the biggest factor, I think, is they're going to regroup and they're going to back him up. And I predict a blowout tomorrow. What do y'all think?
I want some nasty. Well, that's it, John. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, thanks, John.
I haven't checked myself, but a guy on YouTube says Spurs are 9.5-point favorites tomorrow night. Thanks, Kyle, for the line. It wouldn't surprise me, and I think you're going to get a pissed off Vic, and he's going to dominate. And I do think last night, kind of what John said, sends a message. The idea of the bully getting picked on the playground, and then he punches somebody in the face, then he doesn't get picked on anymore.
Yeah.
I think you got that a little bit last night from Wemby. Although he shouldn't have lost his cool that way, and he did get ejected from the game, maybe that does earn him a level of respect from those that have been just brutally attacking him during these games, or the referees to maybe stop it. I think that's what Mitch Johnson was trying to do in his post-game press conference when talking about Wemby's ejection.
It's getting to a point that if the people that are in charge of controlling the game and protecting the physicality of the game don't do that, then at some point he's going to have to protect himself. We've been asking him to do that now for a while. So that call, I'm glad Naz Reid was okay and sounded like the call was warranted. But in terms of the game plan of every single team we faced since that young man's been in the league, and the physicality that people try to impose on him, and the lack of protection is really disappointing. And at some level, it's starting to get actually disgusting, just in terms of when he tries to fight through things and be professional and mature and deal with some of that stuff. I'm glad he took matters into his own hands. Again, not in terms of hitting Naz Reid, but let me be very clear about that. I'm glad Naz Reid was okay, and I didn't want him to elbow him, but he's going to have to protect himself if they're not. And I think it's disgusting.
You think Mitch kind of caught himself there a little bit, and he had to preface that by saying that. Look, as far as Minnesota, I think it's got to be the officials. I don't think Minnesota has any other choice but to harass Wemby. I don't think they have a choice. They cannot win without harassing Victor Wembanyama. They have to do it. And so I don't think it's going to change what they do at all. The only thing that's going to change it is the officials step in and start calling those fouls that they haven't been calling since. And so, but if you're Minnesota, what else are you going to do? If you don't harass Wemby, he's going to kill you. And as we saw in game 3, even if you harass him, he could kill you. So I don't think Minnesota has any other choice but to continue to try and harass him and hope they get under his skin again or in foul trouble or whatever the case may be. The officials are the ones that are going to have to change this. I don't think Minnesota changes at all.
No, and I think Minnesota has done a really good job of seeing what all they will be able to get away with the officials. And so far, playoff basketball, which is something we've talked about for months. Playoff basketball is different than regular season basketball. It's true. It's unfortunate that the regular season isn't called the same way as the postseason. It's also unfortunate that in the NBA, the way the game is called in the first quarter seemingly is different than in the fourth quarter. But we all live in the real world, and we know how it's going to be. And I don't think most of us, if you're honest with yourself, are surprised by seeing the uptick in physical play by teams playing the San Antonio Spurs. Let's go back to the phones. And Wes, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, fellas. Avid listeners to y'all show. Love y'all do.
Thank you.
Just wanted to give you a few things to chew on. Okay. Number one is, I think it's telling that there's not a fine for Victor today. I think it's telling that there's not a fine on Mitch Johnson today too.
Yeah.
Two things about that. Number one is that tells us that the NBA is willing to admit that they are letting some things go that perhaps shouldn't be. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't believe that what Victor did was right. In fact, he swung his elbow at the wrong guy. It was Jaden McDaniels who hit him in the head. So I will say this, either way, I think at some point when you see, Naz Reid coming and pushing him down, as he's just running down the floor, or, when you see Rudy Gobert holding him down with two hands, when you see the lock arm that McDaniels had on him and Naz Reid having him around the thigh, those aren't excuses to swing your elbow. But what it is referees willing to say, you're 7'4", 7'5". We're not going to do anything to help you out. You changed the game. You have things in your arsenal that other people can't do. So we're not going to help you out. Where that changes now is they can't say, the NBA and the officials, that they have any more recourse to not call those fouls, because now you have one of the top 3 players in the world who basically swung an elbow and has basically changed the way that this has to be officiated. Thanks again, guys. Love what y'all do.
I appreciate the phone call. And some of that could be true. Some of it could be, look, that has Wemby been granted superstar status a little bit before his time? Do the officials feel that way? And he's not getting that superstar treatment. I'm just spitballing here, but there's got to be a reason, because you can see it. He's getting hacked. He's getting grabbed. He's getting all of these things, and he's not getting the calls like an SGA does, like a LeBron James does, like a lot of the superstars. Name one.
Although you mentioned LeBron James, wasn't it JJ Redick the other day bitching about the calls that LeBron doesn't get,
which is ridiculous.
Again, it's gamesmanship when it comes to trying to work the officials through the media. I think that's fair, and I do think at some point you can call a foul all the time, but who wants to watch the parade to the free throw line? And when you look at SGA, as much as I hate it, and the fact that he's going to take 16 free throws a game, 90% of them, 95% of them are probably legit calls, and that sucks. But he has got a skill, an art of drawing fouls.
Absolutely, he does, and they give it to him. Look, and again, I don't want to see this happen. I truly don't. And I don't think Spurs fans want to see this happen either. But I believe Wemby's got to be a little more animated when these things start to happen. There was one play, and I know I've seen it a lot today because there's been a long list of calls that weren't made against Wemby. And one was Gobert's grabbing his left arm.
Yeah.
And Wemby still goes up and blocks a shot.
Yep.
And I think those kind of things, but when you feel that, and that's happening, I mean, that's not something Wemby didn't know was happening. I think you got to be a little more animated about it.
What, does he got to bark like a poodle? Like when you step on a poodle and the dogs make those weird noises, right? I mean, does he need to do that every time just to call attention to it?
We're just talking about SGA. That's what he does. He flops around. Yeah. And so, I mean, I think at some point in time, you got to do something different. If you're not getting the calls and you're doing the same thing, you're not complaining about it, you're not doing anything different, then why would the officials change?
Let's go back to the phones. Mario, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. I just wanted to say, Joe, you said they were being harassed. What they're doing to Wemby is not harassment. That is bullying. That is bully ball. And that's why basketball is for me, one of the worst games to watch is the inconsistency in the referee and the officiating.
Mario, appreciate the phone call. I mean, harassing, bully ball. I mean, it's the same thing, just with a different word on it, right? Well, I mean, but to his point though, games get called differently. Crews call things differently. Certain players seem to get calls. It gets frustrating that the officials always seem to be a part of the story. You don't have that as much in hockey. Football, though, there's always that call. Des caught it, damn it. But in reality, officials are a part of it. Learning how the officials are going to call a game is a part of a basketball game. And that's why you say you want them to call it the same in the fourth quarter as you do in the first quarter. And the officials are letting Minnesota get away with bullying or harassing Wemby the way they are. And Minnesota is done a really good job in this series of figuring out what they can get away with, and they're taking full advantage of it.
No, it's exactly right. Look, I don't care what you call it, and we've all seen it. Every one of us have seen it. So, again, that's why I think he's got to do something to call attention to it. I mean, make it obvious that he's being fouled. He's not doing that. And I just think in this time, even though I hate flopping, I know most basketball fans hate it.
Yep.
Do something to call attention to it. Make the officials react. If you're not doing anything, and if again, I use the example of Gobert grabbing his arm, Wemby just went up and made the block without. I mean, if you're not right there seeing it, you'd never know Gobert's got his arm. So that's what I'm saying. I just think maybe he's got to be a little bit more animated. Something to that effect's got to happen, because look, just Mitch Johnson talking about how disgusting it is, I don't think it's going to change. The elbow, I'm not sure that it's going to change. And again, Minnesota can't afford to change. They can't, because they can't beat this team any other way. So that's their game plan. That's what they're going to do. And until the officials enforce it and put a stop to it, I think it's going to continue. That's just the way that it is. Hey, we're live here at Northwest Automotive Warehouse, where let me just tell you about something here. If you've been thinking about a truck bed, a truck bed cover, all right, they got a lot of these things right now, and they've got them at a great deal, $150 off, all right, for Memorial Day and for Father's Day. And if you mention the beautiful word, the Blitz, you get another $100. They'll install it for free, which will save you another $100. So I tell you what, if you've been thinking about getting a cover for your truck, there's no better time to get it done than right now.
And also, they got a lot of cool scratch and dent stuff.
Toolboxes.
Yeah, toolboxes, all kinds available, starting at $199 when you mention the Blitz.
The Blitz. That's the key.
They normally
word.
start at $250.
You know, when you walk through the door here at NAW, just say the Blitz.
That's it.
I mean, it should start screaming the Blitz.
And the sign also says, come back with tacos.
Uh-huh.
I wonder how much you would save if you actually showed up with tacos.
That's a good question. We got to ask Frank that.
I think you just show up with tacos, mention the Blitz, and you'll save even more.
That's got to be another, I don't know, 10%?
More than that.
More than that?
More than that.
Depends on the tacos. Frank likes carne asada.
Yeah, he does.
So
from Rita's.
Don't bring bean.
They have breakfast all day.
Don't bring bean and cheese.
No.
It's got to be carne asada.
No.
All right. I don't know if he likes cheese on his carne asada.
Of course he does.
I do sometimes not. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. If I'm feisty.
Do you put ketchup on that too?
No, I don't. I don't. Only on chicken fried steak.
That's disgusting.
That's delicious.
It's disgusting.
Outstanding. We got a lot more Spurs basketball talk ahead of us as well. Cowboys schedule is being released also. We'll talk a little more about that. And we'd like for you guys to chime in. We appreciate all the phone calls we've gotten this afternoon. You can do that, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You can get Jason on Twitter at Jason Minix. I'm at Joe Ryan Eagle 210. Or, again, you can go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, and at sasportstar.com is how you get there. Go there. You can like, subscribe, and comment there. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, I want to introduce you to Window Nation. Boy, the weather has been flaky, has it not? It really has, but you know the heat is coming. It's going to be here sooner rather than later. And you want to make sure that your air conditioners air conditioning your house and not your neighborhood. If you've got old windows, that's possible. It is certainly possible to do that. We had a demonstration from Window Nation when we first signed up with them. They came out and they showed us exactly how your windows could be costing you a lot of money. But when they put windows in your house, that money stays in your house, and you air condition your house and your house only. And right now they've got a great deal going on. It's called Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Can you imagine replacing all your windows and getting half of them for free? Plus, you can do it with no money down and no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. It's an incredible deal. Stop putting off getting this done. You know you've been thinking about it. You know you want to do it. Get it done. Window Nation is the company for you, especially with this great deal they've got going on. Buy 4, get 4 free sale. They guarantee their windows for life. That's right. They've got a lifetime warranty on all their windows, and they're rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Look, buy 4, get 4 free. Sale's going to end soon. You know that. Here's what you need to do. Go to windownation.com. That's windownation.com. There you can book your consultation.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6.
It's about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
Progressive presents Perfectly Bad Excuses for Missing Stuff to Spend More Time on Your Motorcycle.
Hey, Suze, can't make it to your party. Gotta defrost some chicken. There's tenders, boneless thighs. Gotta keep an eye on it.
Now that was a bad excuse. If you love your vehicle this much, get customized coverage from Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Hi, I am Officer Sarai Walton with the San Antonio Police Department. SAPD is always hiring, and you can apply online if you think you have what it takes to become part of the SAPD family. Submit your application at sapdcareers.com. Once you submit your application, you will be contacted to begin the process. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring. Start your journey to a rewarding career by applying online at sapdcareers.com. That is sapdcareers.com.
Upgrade your truck without breaking the bank at NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse. Buy the Rough Country 3-panel hard-folding truck bed cover starting at $6.99. Get weather protection, added security, and durability for all of life's gear. A sleek upgrade custom look for just $6.99 is a quick install away. With NAW and Rough Country truck bed covers, skip the big box hassle. Shop local and get expert advice from NAW today. 3027 Culebra Road. Family operated, community driven since 1978.
We have meaningful basketball being played in San Antonio for the first time in years, and you know the Roof Hub has proven to be the best place to go watch the games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roof Hub, show up hungry. Open daily at 11, great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roof Hub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you are a family member and needs an experienced attorney, an attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, concerning news from the San Antonio Spurs, their injury report was just released. De'Aaron Fox listed as questionable with left ankle soreness. That's the bad news. The good news is Victor Wembanyama has been cleared by the NBA. He will play tomorrow night in Game 5 inside the Frost Bank Center. No suspension for that elbow to Naz Reid in Game 4.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Live at Northwest Automotive Warehouse. That's where we are. We've been here all afternoon. A great place to be on a Monday afternoon. A mellow Monday at that. Jason Minix. I'm Joe Reinagel. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And if you listened to Sports Center just a few minutes ago, Spurs have released their injury report. De'Aaron Fox is on it with left ankle soreness.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think when that might have happened during the game last night. Now, he wasn't good in the fourth quarter last night at shooting the ball. But he played a ton of minutes in that fourth quarter. But you look at De'Aaron Fox overall in quarter number 4, as I'm trying to pull up the fourth quarter, only box score. He was 3 of 9, 7 points. And again, they had that lead, and I was, didn't see anything. I know there was some collision, some physical play, but he didn't look like he was hobbling at all at any point, just taking some, what I thought were some bad shot choices.
I think De'Aaron Fox plays. I do. With questionable, I think he'll be fine to go out tomorrow. Obviously, we'll find out his shoot around tomorrow. But probably is sore. He's getting treatment all day today, I'm assuming, and I predict he will play. But it begs the question: if for some reason De'Aaron Fox doesn't play, does that give Mitch Johnson an opportunity to start Dylan Harper?
Yes,
I think so too. And I think I don't think it's going to be long. And maybe it's not this year. Perhaps maybe against Oklahoma City he could get that opportunity to start. But I think at some point in time this young man's going to be in the starting lineup.
I agree with that. Now, our YouTube poll question today, after what happened last night with Wemby getting ejected, simple question: are you mad at Wemby for getting ejected? 66% say no. We've got an hour left in the show. Go vote, sasportstar.com, and click through to the YouTube. Or if you're on YouTube, just search out San Antonio Sports Star, and you could vote. And, boy, the comment section today are incredible.
It's fire
on what on what happened last night. And, of course, the old-fashioned way. You want to talk about what you saw last night. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Again, tomorrow night's Game 5 starts at 7. Before we get to the calls, I saw Jacob Toby post on social media. He's going to sing the national anthem tomorrow. And if you're going to the game tomorrow, Jacob wants to do something a little bit different. It almost feels like he wants one of those cool hockey-type moments that you see in the playoffs where the crowd sings the national anthem. Jacob's going to have his guitar. He's going to start. He's going to sing the first line, and then he wants the crowd to sing the rest of the national anthem while he strums the guitar. He said he'll chime in when he needs to make sure it stays on pace for timing and stuff, but that could be really, really cool or not tomorrow night for Game 5. So be ready for that.
Yeah, I think Spurs fans will do a great job with that, though. I really do, and it's a good idea. It's something a little bit different. We heard Jacob Toby do the national anthem, I don't know, not too long ago, and he did a great job.
He did.
And so I'm not surprised that he's coming back to do it again, but I like the twist of allowing the crowd to sing this thing. This is, I think it's a great idea.
Now, pledge is if you're watching on YouTube, because we're on location, we have the ability to do this we can't do this while we're in studio, which is dumb, and I get it. But he just showed some video of when it looks like De'Aaron Fox might have hurt his ankle, and he was picking up a loose ball. And who was that pledge that rolled up on him, trying to get there? Just good, solid basketball play. Nothing dirty there, but that might have been when he injured his ankle.
That could very well be. It looked like he kind of went down. And look, it probably didn't bother him last night. But once you cool off and you sleep on it, maybe it swells a little bit and it's sore this morning. And just obviously reason for concern from the
it was
from the Spurs, little concern from them. And so they list him as questionable. I'll be surprised if he doesn't play.
He played so much of the fourth quarter because that happened in the third quarter, didn't it?
It did.
And he came out for a little while.
Yep.
And then came back in. So I wasn't overly concerned about it, but I think ultimately he'll end up playing. But it's certainly worth watching for tomorrow night's Game 5. Let's go to the phones, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. A lot of people want to talk Wemby, like John. John, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Well.
Hey, good. Kind of adding. Hey, thanks. Hey, kind of adding to that injury report about De'Aaron Fox. It's more to my point. With Wembanyama being, accosted on many plays, not just in this series, but in the previous series, injury is a concern to him. I mean, he's already missed the game because of a concussion. When you have Jaden McDaniels basically climbing up his back and Rudy Gobert putting his arm on his shoulder whenever he tries to jump, it's only a matter of time before he gets hurt. Now, everybody says, well, he's got to stand up for him. Well, what else is he supposed to do? I mean, he obviously petitions the ref in between plays, but that's where Mitch is supposed to come in. Mitch has got to take a tech and stand up for the player during the game. Saying something after the game, that's well and good, but it's all over.
I
think
John,
I
I
don't
hear
like
you, man. But I mean, taking his elbow the way he did to the
no. That was egregious. Okay.
Okay.
But and so I'm not saying that that's excusable, but the problem is, what else is he supposed? I mean, what's his other option?
I agree with you, John. I think Mitch Johnson should be more vocal during the game. You see Chris Finch doing it all the time. In fact, he got in an argument with an official. I think it was the series before this, in the Denver series, or maybe it was early in this series. Not quite sure, but I totally agree with you. And look, if you're seeing this, and not only Mitch Johnson, but how about, I don't know, somebody on the floor with him? How about a Steph Castle? Doing something and maybe pushing some of these guys around. I'm totally for that. You know what? That is a great point, in fact, because Mitch Johnson he sits on the sidelines. He does a great job. He's very calm. But I think maybe he needs to explode. Maybe get a technical foul. Cause some drama. Pop used to do that all the time. And I know that's not Mitch's style. At least it doesn't appear to be.
Not yet, anyway.
But if you think your star is getting harassed and bullied, which we've seen, then get your ass up off the bench and get teed up. Cause a problem. Do it. And I think, to me, that makes a better statement. And I agree with the caller than it does sitting in a post-game locker or post-game podium and saying it there.
Now, Mike Finger, I believe in his article today, talked about how Wemby was during timeouts, so stuff that we don't see on TV, talking to the officials and complaining, but he doesn't do it in the moment. And some of those tugs that you see that are, and I say tugs, I mean, guys getting mugged. I mean, the crotch shots and the grabbing of his arms. Are you truly seeing those in real time from our angle on television? And he fights through them, and he quite frankly fights through them kind of easily. That maybe the refs are debating, is that a foul? Is that not a foul? I don't know. Or they not thinking it's as egregious as it looks. And granted, a still photo might look a lot worse, or all the different angles that these photos are coming from. And when I see some of those photos, honestly, I look at where the referees are on the floor to see could they actually see that, because that's part of the craftiness that you might be seeing from those Minnesota players is, like there's that one photo of Wemby blocking and the arm down. Well, look where the referees are in that. They couldn't have seen that.
Right.
They couldn't have seen that.
Well, that's a great point too. But again, if Wemby goes back to the bench, or if Mitch thinks something happened, and the example we talked about in the last segment, where Gobert has got Wemby's left arm, Wemby still goes up and blocks a shot. I mean, if you're Mitch Johnson or anybody else over the bench, you think everything's fine. Hey, block the shot, no problem. Nobody was doing anything. But look, if Mitch is that concerned about it, I think it is his job now to get up and cause some drama, cause some stuff to happen, even if he gets a technical foul. And I think at some point in time that may be worth. Pop was a genius at that.
Yep.
He would turn the momentum on a dime by getting up, getting in an official's face, getting teed up, and then sitting back down. And a lot of times the team would respond to that. I think it's time Mitch Johnson shows a little more emotion. I know, again, it's not his style, but he is the head coach of this team. And to complain in a post-game press conference doesn't carry as much weight in my mind as does during the moment and at the moment.
Let's go back to the phones. It says SRS. You're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, man. I voted to not be upset for Wemby at the moment. However,
so you voted in our poll. You voted no. You're not mad at him.
I'm not mad at him, but
all right.
What it dawned on me after I put the vote down, this guy won't shut the hell up about how much of a influence Hakeem has given him, and then it's very well documented about him traveling eastward to Tibet to see monks, and he goes to H-Town to talk to a Muslim about patience, balance, and the center of life and how to work on your footwork offensively, when he could have stayed here in the 210 and picked the brains of number 21, number 50, and number 20 about how to grab a rebound, hold it with two hands, set your position, and clear out. The reason they called that and they ejected him is because he cleared out with one elbow. He clears out with two, and he's just oblivious looking for the guard, and they would have never ejected him. They would have given him a take. It would have been possession, the whole works, but they would not have ejected him. Furthermore, he needs to understand, and the only way he can understand that is to talk to 21. Kevin Garnett has come out on multiple podcasts about they could never get under Timmy's skin, and because Timmy would just look at him and say, almost, better luck next time. He worked on them. So, I mean,
SRS, I understand. And look, you voted no, but you're really mad at him. And that's fine. You can be mad at him and still love him. But to think that guy has not spent a lot of time with Tim or with Manu or with David is completely wrong. He has talked about that. And those guys are at the facility a lot. And I have no problem with them going to Houston to learn from, I don't know, Akeem Olajuwon. That's pretty good. And I'm sure however the monks communicate, they probably sent him a message about keeping his cool. I don't know if that's by text or pigeon carrier or whatever.
It's osmosis.
But I imagine the monks are a little disappointed, whatever the penalty is for losing
monks
the cool.
Can't watch basketball, can they?
What?
I don't know.
I'm sure that they got a newspaper and read about it.
I don't know.
I have no idea. But he spent time with the monks to control emotions, but he's an emotional guy. And the other day, he talked a lot about not apologizing for being emotional. That's him. That's Vic. That comes with the territory. Last night, he lost his cool for a split second, and he got kicked out of a game, and that cost the Spurs a chance being up 3-1 in the series.
Well, there's no doubt about it. And look, I get the frustration from Spurs fans. Redbirds Junkie, I mean, this is what you saw. If you look at that video over and over again, you're going to see that Wemby saw his target and then swung.
Yep.
This was not inadvertent. It was not. It was. He did it, and he wanted Naz Reid to fill his elbow, and Naz Reid did.
Well, and damn it, Naz Reid needs to get his face out of the way.
Yeah, that's exactly.
What's the jackal guy going to do tomorrow with an elbow in a face? I mean, we've had the tooth, We've had a raid can. Are we going to have some sort of elbow tomorrow from the Jackals?
Well, I hope they're working on that right now. I'm sure they're working on something.
Get creative, Alex.
Look, the Frostbank Center is going to be electric tomorrow night.
Yep.
I don't think there's any question about that. Needs to be. I think the Spurs come out focused. Wemby certainly does. Again, though, I just don't know what else Minnesota's going to do other than to try and harass this guy. We'll see how the officials handle it. That's going to be about the only thing that that's going to stop this nonsense, if you will. But Wemby can't lose his cool. If they don't call it that way, Jason, he's got to keep his composure.
Yep.
He cannot get kicked out of any more games in these playoffs for however long they happen to run. It just can't happen. The Spurs, well, I don't like their chances if he does. Hey, we're live at Northwest Automotive Warehouse. These guys need something to do. You need to come in here and buy something. Right now it's cheap. I see a guy sitting over here. I see another one over there. They're on their phones. They need to work. Need to show you something. Come on into Northwest Automotive Warehouse. Yeah, you got the old Mexican with a lottery ticket over here.
He's trying not to work anymore.
Dude, I hope you win. And that's on his business card, y'all. So I can call him that. It's fine. So come on out and see us. You got some time, that is for sure. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, let me brag a little bit about my Kinetico quality water softener. I love this thing. Love it. It has made such a difference in my house. It really has such a difference, and I know it'll make a difference in your house as well. Look, if you need a water softener, looking to upgrade, or you don't have one and want to get one, because, well, why not? With the hard water we have here in San Antonio, it is almost a necessity in this city to have a water softener. And when you buy one, you want to get the best. Kinetico is the absolute best. Kinetico of San Antonio and the Hill Country will take very good care of you. Right now, they've got a great deal going on. When you buy a Kinetico quality water softener, they're going to give you for free a reverse osmosis drinking station. They'll install it right there at your kitchen sink, and they'll make it match everything else that you have there. It's not going to look different from your sink and the faucet you have there. It will all blend in, because that's what they do. I love this reverse osmosis drinking station. It's like having bottled water right there when you turn on the tap. No reason to lug that stuff around from the grocery store into your house and then all those plastic bottles all over the place. None of that nonsense anymore. You've got it right there. It is a perfect cherry on top for a perfect water softener. Also giving you free money, 0% interest for 12 months. That is an incredible deal. Don't put this off any longer. Get it done. Call the fine folks at Kinetico and schedule your install. 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at KineticoSA.com. And you know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Kinetico.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the morning huddle. Make your pick and win with the morning huddle's Rangers double dinger payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Missions fans, celebrate Tuesdays for the Cultura at Wolf Stadium with AARP $2 Tuesdays. Presented by San Antonio Sports Star. $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more every Tuesday home game. Get your tickets at samissions.com.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio and have been practicing law here since 1994. And in the past 30 plus years, I've helped hundreds of San Antonians injured by negligent drivers. If you've been injured in a car truck collision, call me 210-900-0400. I did want to let you know of a very disturbing trend I've seen that you really need to be aware of. If an attorney or someone acting on that attorney's behalf calls you after a traffic collision, with very limited exceptions, that is called barratry or solicitation. It's a crime and is unethical under our state bar rules. Do not answer these phone calls. Do not hire an unethical attorney. Neither I nor anyone in my firm will ever call you after a traffic collision. If you need my help, and if you've been injured in a traffic collision, I think you do, you'll need to call me. My name is Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Live at Northwest Automotive Warehouse, this is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe, he's Jason, and just a lot of reaction to what happened last night in Minnesota. Spurs lose, Wemby ejected, and we got a 2-2 series.
Game 5 tomorrow night at the Frost Bank Center. In the meantime, we're live at Northwest Automotive Warehouse, NAW, over here off Calabria Road. And, you know, they've got for Father's Day, Memorial Day, their sale right now, Real Truck, the truck bed covers that are made here in America, $150 off, double the warranty. And when you mention the Blitz, free installation. Now, these truck bed covers do a lot of things. Obviously, helps protect stuff that's in the bed of your truck. They're water resistant, not waterproof. And also, it makes it difficult for people to steal your taillights, which is a problem for a lot of these trucks. News 4 just posted 30 minutes ago that a guy named Roy Diaz has been arrested for selling stolen taillights. They also found a $75,000 vehicle, over 20 firearms, and more than $100,000 in multiple stolen truck taillights.
Wow.
That he's trying to sell. And I know everybody with a truck, that's a problem. These truck bed covers can help prevent. They make it a lot more difficult for somebody to steal the taillights on your truck. I didn't realize $100,000.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of lights.
It's a lot of lights.
That's a lot of lights.
I tell you what, these truck bed covers are really cool too, and it gives you the storage in the bed of your pickup truck, and you don't have to worry about the weather. You don't have to worry about anything or somebody stealing, as you mentioned, and it's just a great deal. And right now, Frank, I think he's gone a little crazy with these specials.
Well, again, take advantage of it here. Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Calabria. Call them. Website, mention the Blitz, and you're going to save even more money. How did the Spurs save this series after Wemby was ejected last night? Series tied now at 2. The poll question on YouTube, you mad at Wemby for getting ejected? 67% say no. At one point, it was like 60-40, might have been the closest it's been. I'm mad at him. I get it. I still love him, but you're the star player. You can't get yourself ejected from a basketball game. You just can't do that. You lost your cool for a split second, and you got an early shower. And the Spurs end up losing. Although, man, they had an 8-point lead in the fourth quarter. Let's talk about last night's game with you. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Martin, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, I love that elbow. That's old school basketball. And the things this guy's going to do is it's going to make you think about it now, grabbing on him. I like it, And as far as that caller just a while ago talking about he should have been, learning from Duncan and Robinson, hey, you learn from the best. And y'all forget, Hakeem, before he went to Islam, nobody wanted to mess with him because he would throw a fight with you. You have a good day, gentlemen.
Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate that. I don't have a problem with him going to see Hakeem Olajuwon.
No.
Obviously, I mean, Hakeem was one of the best to ever play the game. And so as a big man, and I think Wemby can learn a lot from him. And so I've got no issue with that. And you were right when you mentioned the fact that Tim is at the practice facility all the time. And I'm sure Wemby picks his brain there. So I'm not worried about any of that stuff. But look, Wemby's still got a lot to learn. Mm-hmm. He does, just technique, and that's no judgment on Wemby. It's his third year in the NBA. He's going to continue to get better with every passing year, and he's going to be a nightmare for every team in this league. And so he already is, for that matter, but he's going to be more of a nightmare. This guy, those are learning lessons though that are valuable. And I don't think Wemby will ever do that again. I just get the feeling that Wemby will never throw an elbow like that again. Now, I could be wrong, and there could be moments where he loses his cool again. It is possible, certainly. I just don't see this becoming a habit for that young man.
No, it's his first ejection as an NBA player. I was a little surprised when he seemed to not know the rules, because he seems to know every rule. But he didn't argue it, because once he said, "Dude, you're ejected," and again, caught in the moment, lost his temper, and you can talk intent all day long. We can all try to armchair it, but when you watch the play, when I saw it happen, you immediately knew an elbow above the neck, above the shoulders, you're going to get ejected. That's going to be a flagrant 2. That's about as easy as a call as it comes in the NBA, especially with an elbow like that clearing out. And then when you watch that video slow motion, when it looked like, yeah, he eyed him, saw him coming, and you're done. It was an easy call. Now, had the refs called the foul on Daniels, who was hanging on him beforehand, maybe we never see the elbow. But they're not taking that into consideration with the review. But maybe that was taken into consideration today when the suspension police were watching. First offense, never done it before. Yeah, he's been getting mugged. He missed 3 quarters last night. No additional suspension and no additional fine. I am a little surprised there was no additional fine.
Well, it's interesting, and I'm happy that the fine you can live with. That's not the issue, right? It's about his availability in Game 5, and I'm happy that he is going to be there for Game 5, without a doubt.
Let's go back to the phones. Josh, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, man, I really appreciate you guys taking my call. I just wanted to say that I think I agree with the call, but I do like what they did in not suing him or anything registered towards deflating the next couple games. I want to see competition here in this next few games, and I think Wemby is going to have a chip on his shoulder now. He is going to be ready to go, and he is going to be ready to take this series.
I agree, Josh. Pissed off Wemby should be a lot of fun to watch tomorrow night. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, appreciate the call. Let's hope so, because, again, I don't think Minnesota's going to stop doing what they've been doing, regardless of elbows or anything else, because I don't think they have any choice. So we'll see how he handles it tomorrow. But, look, we know he can handle it because he scores 39 points in Game 3.
Yep.
And they weren't letting up on him in that game. They were doing the same damn thing. So, look, Wemby can handle it. It was just he just lost his mind for a couple of seconds, and that was that. And hopefully that doesn't happen again. This guy's just too good to take himself out of a game like that and not be there for his teammates. They almost picked it up for him, which obviously we'd be having a much different conversation today than we are right now. But now there's 2 more games at least in this series. So that's what it cost them by losing that game last night. Oklahoma City's going to be waiting, most likely, unless the Lakers pull off a miracle tonight.
You know what we need after a game like that?
What's that?
Comfort food.
Absolutely.
Like pizza.
Well, like mellow mushroom pizza.
The best pizza out there.
Not just any pizza.
No, you got to have that good mellow mushroom.
You know, we can help somebody out with that with a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom.
It is a Mellow Monday.
It is a Mellow Monday, yes.
Absolutely.
$50 gift card.
$50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom.
That'll buy you a lot of pizza.
It can.
Yeah.
It can get the mighty meter.
Oh, yes.
Comes with elbows and everything.
That's sure.
Yeah, they absolutely.
But unlike Wemby's elbow, these elbows taste good.
Yeah. Random. Caller 12, you get a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom on this Mellow Monday. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776.
We're live at an NAW here on Calabar Road. A lot of specials. All you got to do is call these folks. They'll explain everything that they can do for you out of today. Or better yet, you come in and take a look around. Let them show you. They've got all kinds of displays and setups out here that they can show you exactly how their truck bed covers work. You can take a look and put your hands on the toolboxes that they have. They've got camper covers for your truck beds as well. You can take a look at those. They've got everything you need for your truck. Get on down here. Just check it out. Come in here and walk around. And I guarantee you, any one of these fine fellas here will take you through and explain everything to you. It is just a great place to be. NAW here on Calabar Road. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having any issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, you know there's one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899. 651-5899. That is the phone number for Quartermoon Plumbing. Experts in emergency situations, but also great maintenance programs as well, and something that they've created out of necessity. See, they were getting calls from people that said, my house doesn't smell right. Huh? Your house not smelling the way you think it should be smelling? It could be your AC unit. So at Quartermoon, they created what they're calling the Breathe Easy package. Call them. They're going to help get that funk out of your system. They're going to deep clean your blower motor, blower wheel, and your AC housing. Clean the coil and disinfect the inside of that AC cabinet. Then they're going to put in a cool UV light that will zap bacteria and other nasty stuff that's in your unit. Get a cleaner air, a fresher home, and an AC system that smells the way it should. Call Quartermoon. Ask them about the Breathe Easy package. You need a maintenance plan for your AC because it won't be long before the oven is on here. You want to make sure your AC is running properly or an emergency situation. They're the best. Call Quartermoon. 210-651-5899. 651-5899 or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Game 5 in San Antonio tonight. Can the Spurs take back control over the Wolves?
The rest of the NBA does continue. Do we have a sweep? We'll look there. The NFL continues. Oh, and some lottery ramifications as well. Hey, the party's going to be fun. You better get here early. It starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together, like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
An accident or injury can derail your life in an instant, leaving you struggling to pay for medical bills and daily expenses. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe every Texan deserves justice, no matter their financial situation. That's why we offer our no-win, no-fee promise. You don't pay us unless we win your case. We know how difficult recovering from an accident can be. Let us handle your case while you focus on getting better. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Upgrade your truck without breaking the bank at NAW Northwest Automotive Warehouse. Get weather protection, added security, and durability with the Rough Country 3-panel hard folding truck bed cover starting at $6.99. Or cash in on scratch and dent options like Weather Guard toolboxes, pack rats, and 50 to 60% off a huge selection of new scratch and dent RDS diesel transfer tanks. Skip the big box hassle. Shop local at NAW today. 3027 Culebra Road. Family operated, community driven since 1978.
The Morning Huddle.
Almost everybody on their team has a Vitch or something like that in their name. They've got 3 starters: Ivicic, Stojakovic, and Merkovich. So they've got 3 Vitches starting for them.
Well, I think only Virginia has as many Vitches as Illinois.
Well, Illinois has more Vitches coming off the bench too. They've got another Ivicic and they've got a Petrovic that comes off the bench. They got so many Vitches.
You got Vitches, I got Vitches.
And man, these Vitches be balling. These Vitches be balling when they play guys who don't. If you ain't got the right Vitches, you're not gonna
win.
You know what Brad Underwood's gonna say to you? Vitch, please.
Grab some wood, Vitch.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live at Northwest Automotive Warehouse, this is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And Jason, this is what I like to see in action here as we sit here at NAW on Culebra Road. A couple of dudes just walked in here, and they're looking at those truck covers.
And again, those truck covers right now, $150 off. And if they mention the Blitz, they're going to save $100 on the install. Well, the installation's free. It's normally $100.
Did you say that loud enough they could hear you?
Well, they knew coming in.
Oh, they do. Well,
yeah.
Sure.
Of course they do.
I want you walking. I want them walking through the door saying the Blitz.
Yeah, dude's got his Spurs hat on. He's ready to rock and roll. Game 5 coming up tomorrow night. Series tied at 2. And look, I know with Wemby getting ejected last night, we're going to defend our guy. I can be mad at Wemby and still defend our guy. I get it. He lost his cool in the moment. On Twitter, and you can tweet us at Joe Reinagle 210, at Jason Minix. Eric Bishop tweets, and there's a great photo of Wemby just getting hit right in the nuts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Eric says, I defy anyone not to throw something at someone, getting an elbow to the nuts and stay calm. He had enough, and I frankly can't blame him. And again, I can't blame him either for having enough. His reaction, though, got him ejected. And as a star player, you can't do that. As a player that's as calm and in control as Wemby always is, there's other ways he could have responded and not gotten himself ejected from a game. He's not a dirty player, but that was a bad moment for Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, that was extremely bad and can't happen again. And hopefully it won't happen again. And I think when you're talking about Wemby, he knows that it shouldn't have happened. And yeah, when I saw him on the bench talking with Harrison Barnes, and Barnes was explaining to him that he had just been ejected, you kind of see the look in his face like, geez, and all right, we'll clap, make the best of it, bring us home, guys. And but I think he realized at that moment that he regretted it, couldn't do that again, and you got to move on.
And again, I what's interesting is the guy that's in charge of suspensions was on that Phoenix Suns team in which Amari Stoudemire got suspended for a foot on the floor, right? And you think about that series back then against San Antonio. I don't know that San Antonio wins that series if those guys don't get suspended. And that did lead to a title. And I know there was a lot of talk last night about, does he remember? Will he hold it against Vic? I'm glad Vic isn't suspended for the next game. But honestly, if he was, I don't know that I would be surprised. I'd be mad, but I don't know that I would be surprised. I am a little surprised. No further discipline, no fine, and obviously no suspension for Game 5.
I was expecting a fine, was not expecting a suspension. So I'm happy that neither one of those things happened, especially the suspension. The fine, so be it. He is fined $2,000. I mean, that just comes with it automatically.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, we talked earlier in the show, Jason, about Karl Malone and the elbow he threw to David Robinson. Malone was suspended a game for that and fined $5,000. So just saying it's unprecedented. The fact that I say unprecedented, maybe a little unusual that Wemby didn't get a suspension. Again, I'm happy he didn't. I want to see him play. And I think basketball fans want to see the best on the floor competing against each other. But I think you got to realize that's how close this could have been to costing the Spurs 2 games instead of just 1.
And some of the and until the NBA puts out a reason as to why, because I would imagine Minnesota Sports Talk Radio right now
pissed off.
They're pissed off, right? And I get that. Just like if it were Naz Reid or Anthony Edwards to suspend that guy, but it's his first offense, first time he's ever been ejected from a game, and it happened so early. Do you argue he's already kind of served it since he only played at 12 minutes last night? And I know this sounds dumb, but if it happened late in the fourth quarter, then does that, carry over? Adjudicate, it should be standard, and it's not. And I do think the fact that Naz Reid was okay and able to play, if he were hurt and missing a game, would it be an eye for an eye kind of situation? Or, you know what I mean? I just think everything when it's all said and done, I think San Antonio dodges a major bullet that he's not suspended for Game 5.
It's a huge bullet, but that's the chance you take when you lose your mind for a few seconds. And while everybody's saying this is okay, and he deserved, the Naz Reid deserved it, and you're happy that Wemby did it, just think about the ramifications, whether it's justified or not in your mind. My mind, it wasn't justified. But if it's justified in your mind, what if it would have cost the Spurs another game without Wemby? Then would you be okay with it? Or it would just be the NBA's fault at that point in time, because
Adam Silver hates us.
Well, I guess, but that's the only thing that I'm thinking. I mean, it's that close to costing the Spurs one more game, and we're fortunate that Victor Wembanyama will be in uniform tomorrow night.
Any other player, you can survive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wemby has to do whatever he can to make sure he's available for the entire game. That's where, like on our poll, that's why I'm mad at him. He cannot lose his cool that way and get ejected. Other things he could do to lose his cool and be pretty safe that it would only be a technical and you're not going to get ejected from the game. But an elbow to the head is automatic. I mean, you really can't even argue it. For those of you that, he shouldn't have, that's just straight homerism. Let's go back to the phones, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Jason, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Yes. So I want to talk about Wemby, of course. What I would have loved to have seen is him to just palm that ball and hold it above his head, like 9 feet in the air, and just let those guys like jump like they're little kids, Well, I mean, I get it. I get it why he did it, but of course, hindsight's 20/20. But man, wouldn't that have been funny?
It would have been funny. And again, I mean, like remember when you were in high school and your little nephew or somebody was over, you're playing basketball I mean, he could do that. And maybe he does need to do something like that. But we've seen Wemby get hit in the head with guys that are making plays towards the rim and things aren't there. It'll be interesting to watch tomorrow night. Appreciate the call, Jason. How it's called, how Wemby reacts is, I think, a pissed off Wemby's fun to watch.
Sure.
But how do the officials call things? Do they look for the ticky-tack? And I know San Antonio. I know that Frostbank Center crowd tomorrow is going to be chanting "Ref, you suck" during the pregame warm-ups.
I hope not.
Well,
not during the pregame warm-ups.
You know damn well they will. I mean, as soon as the refs come out on the floor, I can already hear the "Ref, you suck" chant starting. That's going to happen. And the first call that goes against San Antonio, it's going to get louder and louder and louder and louder and louder.
Well, look, just wait until you get a bad call. I don't want to see that in the pregame warm-ups.
But I bet you will. But again, the first time a foul is called on Wemby, not on Wemby, but somebody does something to Wemby, I imagine those refs will get a standing ovation. Get that Bronx cheer, if you will. And you know what? You should. Let those referees know they're doing a good job when they call Naz Reid or whoever for just abusing Vic.
Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know how it's going to be called tomorrow. I don't know if things will be different or if they won't. But again, the Spurs have to play within themselves, and Wemby needs to stay composed, and that's the bottom line. We can't afford to do anything stupid, no matter what happens to him, and he's just got to power through it.
Now, Alex is calling in saying that the elbow was certainly justified. Alex, you're on the Blitz.
Hey guys, how's it going? So listen,
good.
I think it's all games with the Spurs and the Wolves, but of course when a player gets a beating like he is, they can call it tough basketball, sure. But come on, we've seen that in Game 3 when Wemby went up for the block on Ant-Man, and you see Gobert holding his arm back, and then we're trying to get on the fast break. You see Ant-Man holding his jersey. I mean, a player can only take so much. So, yeah, it's justified, but at the same time, it's a scary method to think that, yes, the worst was an ejection. There wasn't a suspension. But leading to another point I have is that if I'm the Timberwolves, I'm scared because Wemby ejected. The Spurs held on to the lead for at least 4 minutes left in the game without him. And if experience and previous history shows anything, is the Spurs recover well after a loss. And I think going into these next two games, Wemby's going to be very motivated and fired up. And I think we're going to end it in 6 in Minnesota. We've proven we can win in Minnesota, and we damn near did it twice already. So I think they can do it. So that's all I have to say.
I think you're right. I think it will end in 6. That's what I predicted to begin with. Jason, the same. Again, you're justified in your mind, and I'll accept that. If that's, to me, it wasn't justified.
Like justified homicide.
I just don't think that, especially I just wonder how you would feel if he would have been suspended for Game 5. Then is it justified just to prove a point? To me, no. And losing him for one game, it wasn't justified.
Well, and Mitch Johnson was asked afterwards if there was something different he'd like to see from the officials.
I just think that the amount of physicality that people play with him, at some level, you have to protect yourself. Every single play on every single part of the floor, people are trying to impose their physicality on him. I get it. We get it. That's part of the game. But at some stage, he's gotten chucked. He's gotten pushed down in transition, running freely, all the stuff. He doesn't complain one time. We don't complain because we're just going to play. We don't really give, excuse my language. But at some stage, he should be protected. And if not, he's going to have to protect himself. And unfortunately, stuff like that happens.
Well, and again, I hear Mitch Johnson saying that, and he's got to protect himself.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean exactly?
That means the coach ain't mad at him.
Well, no, I get that. I understand that. But if it happens again and he does the same thing again and the Spurs lose again, then, see, this is all fun and games to everybody, and it's Wemby being a tough guy. But if it costs you playoff games, I just don't understand how that's justified and how that's a cool thing.
It's not justified. Let's change names. Let's talk Draymond Green. How many times have you ever heard Steve Kerr or Steph Curry talk about how they love the emotion and energy that Draymond plays with, but he's got to be smart because when he gets kicked out of games, it hurts the basketball team.
Yes.
You love them, you deal with them. Well, it's the same thing. All right. I mean, now, obviously, Draymond Green has a resume that Victor does not. That was Victor's first offense. But when I hear that from Mitch Johnson, at some point you have to protect yourself. I don't know that he's necessarily trying to justify, but the frustration is there, and he's got a frustrated superstar that lost his cool in the moment. Vic's got to figure out a different way to channel those emotions when he's getting frustrated. And your idea of becoming the French flopper, it ain't a bad one. Has not been his style yet. But also, I do think last night might go a long way, whether it's an opposing team or the officials, that when you bully somebody on the playground and they punch you back, you're looked at a little bit differently. Now, you could also say Minnesota, they won this battle. They got under his skin, they got the reaction, and he got kicked out of the game. They're celebrating. They did their job.
Absolutely.
Is that going to scare him away? Oh, Vic might swing an elbow. No. They're going to do it even more to see if they continue to rattle them.
Well,
and hopefully that gets calls going their way because they'll be a little bit more aggressive and the whistles will go his way.
That's all they have, Jason. They don't have anything else. You can see it in the series if you've watched any part of it. The Spurs are the better team from top to bottom. With Wemby on, they're much better. Without him, I still think they're better. And I don't think they have any other choice but to be physical and try and bully Wemby. And I don't think that's going to change one bit throughout the rest of this series. I really don't. I just think that it's the way that it's going to be.
All right, we need 4 people real quick to go to YouTube and vote in the poll so we can get to 250 votes. We're at 246 right now. Are you mad at Wemby for getting ejected and costing the Spurs in Game 4? Right now with 246 votes, 66% say no. You're not mad at him. 34% say yes.
Well, there you go. I'm not mad anymore, especially now that he didn't get suspended.
Well, 4 hours of therapy, which is what we do here. You kind of talk through it. Now tomorrow it's on to Game 5.
On to Game 5. It's going to be a lot of fun. I want to thank the folks here at NAW, Frank, Ashley, and all the fine folks that work here as well for your hospitality. We appreciate you. And again, don't forget the great sales they've got going on here for Father's Day and for Memorial Day. So if you've been thinking about whatever they have here, you just need to come down and look because they got a fine assortment of a lot of cool stuff. That is for sure. Be sure and join the fellas in the morning. AJ and Rob, 6 o'clock. They'll get you started. First reaction, first preparations for a big Game 5. I think James Pledger might have a little show tonight. Is that right, Pledge?
That is correct.
All right. Extra Innings with Pledge coming up next. Jason and I will see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Until then, have a great night, everybody.
Riding I-35 with the Blitz.